So, good afternoon, and good morning, and good evening, wherever you are. Apparently, I thought I was on, but it looks like I'm going to change that up here. Give me a second here. Sorry. I had a video clip, and it apparently did not run through, so... Gotta love awkward intros. This is probably going to go about as rough as I had expected it to. I was expecting to have a nice stream, all the wonderful fixins, do a little mock draft, which I'll still do. But you can thank Frank Saravelli. You are a spoiling piece of shit. I hate your guts. Now we know what everyone's taking and what kind of side deals are happening in the way. But enough of a talk from me. Welcome to the Seattle Kraken expansion draft Shitstravaganza. The 32nd team in the NHL is on its way right now, and it's going to be involving Seattle. There's a lot of hubbub and excitement about it because we talked about Vegas last time, and everything was beautiful, and I see everyone spamming the chat, all the good stuff. Thank you. I absolutely appreciate you all. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to every single piece of you right over there. But I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. But in the meantime, let's get a little start here. In the meantime, we have a mock draft in the presence of everything. I know it's already been leaked. I know that. But I want to pretend like everything's good there. So I'm updating my computer so I actually have stuff here. Anaheim, the selection is apparently Hayden Fleury, who isn't a bad pick. More like a third pairing guy, hasn't really developed, got traded from Carolina. Another option would have been Jacob Larson. All the wonderful stuff there. Josh Maher was another one I was hearing about. If you wanted to throw a lot of money away, I'd get Adam Henrique or Danton Heinen. Danton Heinen's apparently one too, but my pick would have actually been Alex Volkov. If only because of the good times there. But that would have been my pick, but that's why I'm not a person like that. Welcome. Yeah, I know. I have stuff on my computer. It's crazy. It is definitely a shitstravaganza. It's early, and it's already turning into a flaming heap of crap. I really need someone helping me with this, but I am very stubborn, and the Pirates just lost a season series. The Diamondbacks, we got swept by Arizona. Everything's going well in Pirate Land, and I love it too much. Speaking of Arizona, they pretty much had nothing here. A lot of older free agents, like, yeah, let's go get Nick Hjalmarsson, Jason Demers, Jordan Osterley. The option like Fisher would have been my pick. Michael Bunting, there was an argument there for him. I mean, I can definitely agree. Like, he was scoring in bunches in like 15 games, but short supply. Tyler Pitlik was actually the pick, which, I mean, I can take it or leave it with him. He is what he is. He's a bottom six like winger. It's like, this is okay. It's nothing like crazy. Oh, by the way, they also have Andrew Ladd. They acquired a couple picks for him, so all the good stuff there. But my pick would have been Christian Fischer. Josef Korsanash was another one that was picked. I didn't realize how to say that until a few days ago. I thought it was just Koronar. It's actually Korsanash, which is why I don't pronounce things well. He's probably going to be playing for them next year. The Boston Bruins, it was between three guys, to be completely honest with you. Connor Clifton, Jeremy Lauzon, and Jakub Zboril. It depends how you feel about Lauzon or Zboril. Clifton's like, kind of there. Just thinking about it, I was going to go Zboril, but looking back on like their production timing, I would have gone Jeremy Lauzon, which they did go with. So allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because we don't know 100% if it's confirmed or not. Am I supposed to be not spoiling? Oh dear. That's the problem. Like, Saravelli ruined the fun, so I would be doing my own stuff there too. But thank you all. I don't know why 1,600 people are watching this stuff. It's pretty bad. But ESPN2 is actually hosting this, and it's already going well. I would say so myself. But thank you all for joining me in the meantime. Just a little early stuff going on right now. Buffalo had absolutely nothing. Let's be real. Like, Borgen is the only pick unless you wanted to eat a shit ton of salary. Like Jake McCabe, oh boy, he's not going to come here. He's a free agent. Colin Miller, if you can guarantee me he's going to come back to how he was in Vegas, then yes. We can take $9 million of Jeff Skinner, but if they're going to do that, I want every single one of their top prospects and their 5 first-round picks for the next 5 years. If you can do that, maybe. But no, that ain't happening. Calgary, the pick was Giordano. That would have been my pick as well. Either him or Shillington. Like, it depends if you wanted to burn your salary here or there. But, I mean, Giordano's a decent player. He's not what he was. But at the same time, it isn't too bad. But, you kids and your spamming. Yeah, I hate that it was leaked as much as you guys were, because I was actually looking forward to like being surprised when it's like, whoa, they actually picked this guy instead of, yeah, I know who this is. Thank you, Frank Saravelli. Thank you so much. Were you the guy in the 1980 telling everyone that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father? Sorry for the spoilers, by the way. Was he the guy in 2006 going outside of the bookstores yelling, Snape kills Dumbledore? Was that it? That seems like it was his sort of ideal. Thank you, Frank Saravelli. I hope your soup is sour. I'm very mad. Carolina, their pick here was apparently Morgan Geekie. I mean, maybe he threw us all for a loop and they just gave like, oh, I'm just going to throw all these guys out, and they're just laughing hysterically. But we'll see. My pick here would have actually been Nino Niederreiter. But that's more because I feel like I can get better value for him at the deadline than I would for a guy like a Jake Bean or a Morgan Geekie. Like, all three of them aren't bad picks. It's more or less depends on how you wanted to do things here. Also remember, too, what Seattle's greatest strength right now is cap space. So I'm guessing that's why they didn't invest in a ton of bad contracts, because that's their greatest strength right now. It's like, hey, I have all these picks here, and but that's about, I would say, what it is right now. Don't worry, I'll get to all of you later, but I mean, 31, Dylan, 31, you need more than that, dude. That's, yeah, 32 is even. It's too hard to make the schedules here. But yes, if you aren't into spoilers, come back around 8 o'clock. Because, like, I'll discuss a little bit of it. There were a bunch of trades beforehand. I'll talk about that, too. Don't worry. Chicago Blackhawks, like, apparently they went way off the board here. But my pick would have been probably Zadorov or Gaudette. I probably would have gone Zadorov, so I could probably actually Gaudette. Think about it, because, like, Zadorov would have gotten a little bit more of a cap hit with the RFA hit. So that's the only thing I'm like. Apparently their pick was like down here, which I'm like, what? Okay. Colorado, it was between Donskoy and Comfer. My pick was Comfer because he's younger. I feel like he's going to be at that level, what he is, for longer. Donskoy, I mean, I love Donskoy. I loved him when he was in San Jose. He had a great year, but, like, you're looking at, like, a guy late 20s. There's a chance he could slightly taper off. I think, like, last year was a career year for him. So that's why. I mean, unless you wanted to take a shot at, like, Landeskog, hope you can sign him, but I don't think that was going to happen, to be completely honest with you. The Columbus Blue Jackets, they went way off the board. I'm guessing this one was a trade. They picked Gavin Bay Rutherford. So I would not have guessed him. My pick would have been, I would have gone for the home run here. I would have picked Max Domi. Because, like, I feel like last year was more an aberration. I feel like a change of scenery would have done a lot for him. But the other pick would have been Statland. So it depends how you wanted to do things here. Dallas, they apparently reached an agreement with Big Rig Jamie Alexiak, which isn't bad, but my pick would have been Joel Esperance. But you have to remember, like, the picks that I did here, they don't have anything to do with, like, trades. No trades, like, trades are off in this assumption. So you don't, like, sign guys to free agency. You don't have any of that. But once again, that's just why I was wishing none of this was spoiled before I did this, so I'd be, like, all surprised when it's like, oh, hey, XX got signed to a big contract and everyone's partying right now. But don't worry, guys. I recognize you. 2,000 people somehow watching this, but It's crazy. I'm aware. I'm aware. The Detroit Red Wings, like, it was either Stetcher, Shalowski, or Svechnikov, but like Evgeny Svechnikov has not really panned out at this level. So I mean, it was Shalowski or Stetcher. I would have picked Stetcher more because just the steady defensive play, but I can make the argument for Shalowski. And I appreciate Steve Yzerman for taking the longest to leak. Nobody figured it out until like I think about a half hour, an hour ago. I salute you, Mr. Yzerman. I absolutely salute you. And it is what it is. The Edmonton Oilers, Clefbaum was unprotected, but he's not going to be playing next year. So, I mean, unless you can guarantee me Clefbaum's fully healthy, I would not have taken him. But, like, Larson was the pick, but they agreed to sign him. So, Edmonton's kind of screwed because they're apparently signing Mike Smith to a multi-year extension at 39 after a weirdly career year. They brought in Duncan Keith, and all of his contract, they paid assets to get him. And then a couple days later, guys like Ryan Suter and Keith Yandle are free agents. So enjoy that. My pick would have been Tyler Benson because I think he still has some upside at the NHL level. But once again, if you're getting Larson guaranteed contract, that would have been the pick. Florida Panthers, this one was pretty obvious. It's Chris Drieger because that was leaked like a while ago that they were agreeing to a contract with him. He had a great year. Vetrano would have been another pick. Unless you wanted to do like a trade, so it probably would have been like Kevin Connaughton. Like, I'm going to trade Kevin Connaughton for, I don't know, like a shitload of players. That's pretty much it. LA, like, they went way off the board too. This is apparently some nepotism, and I'm not a big Curtis McDermott fan. I feel like you could have gotten better with Cale Clegg, but my pick was Carl Grundstrom because I feel like he still has upside that needs to be realized at the NHL level. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be anything that good, but I mean, there were so many better options. There has to be a side deal here because Curtis McDermott's like, take it or leave it. And I am aware that Ron Francis and Paul McDermott had were friends in Hartford, and apparently there's a lot of leadership in that locker room. But I mean, that feels like nepotism to me. I'm not crazy about it. I'm sorry. Minnesota, my pick here was Kaapo Kähkönen, but they picked Carson Soucy. It would have been my other pick. So I think either way, it would have been a good player. Minnesota had some really big news here. Let me see if I can throw it up. But they're going to be paying roughly $15 million per year. I think like 14.6 next year, and then $16 million for the next 2 years to buy out the contracts of Zach Parise and Ryan Suter. So 2021-22, they're only paying, I think, like around 5 or something. And then the next 3 years are living hell. So, they did that to protect Matt Dumba. So that's why we deal with Carson Soucy. But it is what it is. Montreal, the fun one, Carey Price. Carey Price was exposed, but nobody's taking on that contract. Apparently, he's having injury issues too. Same as Shea Weber. Shea Weber may never play again, which absolutely sucks. It really does. My pick here, Drouin. If you can guarantee me he's going to come back, then I might have picked him, but that probably ain't happening. So my pick would have been Brett Kulak. I would have tried to flip him, maybe for a mid-round pick or something. But you have to remember, like, these players too, like, if you remember Vegas's draft, they had picked like guys like David Schlemko, Alexei Yemelin, and Mark Mathot, and then immediately flipped them for, I think, a couple mid-round picks. But their thing, too, was they had to eat the salary. They ate a lot of salary from the Islanders with Mikhail Grabovski, Columbus with David Clarkson. Winnipeg, I think, gave them a first-round pick to take on Chris Thorburn, like, instead of picking one of their key guys, and they got a lot of money for it. They definitely got a lot of money. I agree. Well, not money, but picks. You know how it is. Nashville had an interesting protection list. Duchesne and Johansson were the guys that were actually available here. My pick would have been Yakov Trenin. I completely understand why they picked Yarncroke, though. He would have been my second. I'm really bummed they protected Tanner Jeannot because I would have snagged him up in a heartbeat. So, also, farewell, Pekka Rinne. You are forever too good right now. It sucks that he's retired. It really does. They did protect 5 defensemen, by the way. New Jersey, they also have nothing. My pick was the same one that they picked, Nathan Bastian, because, I mean, at least You can keep him as a bench guy. He's got size. That's all you can really say about that. It's fun. But yes, the expansion draft starts at 8 o'clock. I'm just doing this to burn a little time. I'm totally not doing this because I am very salty. And the spoilers got leaked. And yeah. Oh, there's a Josh Jacobs too. So if maybe if you need a running back, Seattle needs a running back, they can always claim Josh Jacobs. I didn't realize that until now. Okay. The New York Islanders, the pick here was Jordan Eberle, but my pick would have been Kiefer Bellows once again because I need the cap space. I think there's still some upside there. But there were a lot of pieces that they could have picked from. I mean, Matt Martin and Cal Clutterbuck were protected over Eberle and Bailey, and I think that's also because I feel like Lou Lamoriello's trying to dangle like some cap to free up some space so he can get guys like Ryan Suter and Zach Parise, because remember, he was linked with Parise last year. So maybe that's the play, but we'll see. Rangers pretty much had nothing unless you wanted to deal with the cancer of Anthony D'Angelo, which in that case, be my guest, have fun. It would have been funny if they picked Jack Johnson, but that's not happening, unfortunately. The pick was Colin Blackwell, who had a decent year, more of a versatile type of guy, but my selection here would have been Julien Gauthier for the Carolina connection, and also for the once again, upside. Your key is, like, you got to take some shots in the dark for upside and youth. But once in a while, I do take some swings and misses, or swings for the fences. Ottawa literally didn't have much of anything either. Like, Joey Decord was apparently the pick for the expansion. Like, I'm bummed they picked protected Philip Gustafson, because I would have snagged him up like immediately. But nobody's taking on that Matt Murray contract, especially with how bad he was last year. By the way, have fun with that, Ottawa. My pick was Chris Tierney, because I need a depth down the middle. Center is the biggest weakness in this draft, and you can't really find guys in that regard there. So that's why you get that. Philadelphia, I know, like, it's everyone wants to go JVR and Jakub Voracek, but no, my pick here is Shane Gostisbehere, because I need that support system on the left-hand side. I need Dave Hackstall is the head coach, which I don't agree with, but Gostisbehere had his best years with Hackstall. So that's my consideration there. But otherwise, there wasn't much here. The pick was apparently Carson Twarynski, which that has to be like a protection. They have to be getting pieces in return there. That's the only thing I can think of. Pittsburgh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the pick is Brandon Tanev. I know I flipped out over it, but he's a unique player. And that contract can get pretty bad, but hey, I'll take it for 2 years, but it's free now. The other pick would have been Aston Reese, or maybe Zucker, if you can guarantee me that he was going to be okay, but Tanev is the pick here. San Jose, my pick would have been Radim Simic, mostly because I feel like he was the solidifying force of that defense. I feel like that he would have been the guy really there that would have gotten me the best value. I know, like, people were saying Gambrell. I'm not that crazy about him. Ryan Donato, like, he's kind of there. They had actually picked Alex True, if the rumors are correct. But we'll apparently see how that is. We could have picked Martin Jones, too. I know. No bad contracts. St. Louis is the big one here. Let me turn this down just a tad. I know all the good stuff here. But in the meantime, 2,500 people are watching this. I know it's I can't believe it either. But how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? A quick thing, Baltimore Ravens Nation, they are absolved because they're technically a new team, and they can't really be able to be exposed. But if Vegas was, if they were able to, like, expose guys, like, my pick is immediate. My pick is Robin Lehner, because they couldn't have protected him and Fleury. And that would have been hilarious to witness. I would have rather had something from them than from the likes of a Chicago or a Buffalo or an Arizona. I feel like they were a lot better. At least for that. Don't worry, I'll get to all your super chats, guys. I completely understand. I just want to get through this in the meantime as well. St. Louis, I know everyone was saying pick Tarasenko, but Tarasenko hasn't been... Like, he's been injured the last 2 years, and I feel like there's a significantly better option, which I think Seattle agreed with, Vince Dunn. You can plop him on your first pairing immediately. That's how promising Vince Dunn is. And St. Louis, by the way, have fun with that. You're screwed. And Tarasenko wants out too. Schwartz is a free agent. Be glad you won that cup when you did, because I don't think you're getting back there for a while. You'll probably make the playoffs, but that's it. Here's your boon in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is like the one everyone suspects might have a lot of options. Like you have Palat, Gourde, Tyler Johnson, Alex Killorn, Blake Coleman, Patrick Maroon, Boris Kachuk, Taylor Radish, Mara Boulay, Ross Colton, Matthew Joseph, Cal Foote. I think Tampa Bay's ideal would be to trade Tyler Johnson. You know, that local blend, get the top center. But if you want me to take on Tyler Johnson's contract, I want Cal Foote and I want Ross Colton. If that, probably more. But that's because I'm in a position of strength. Tampa Bay is already $5 million over the cap. So what's my incentive to take Tyler Johnson if I'm just going to eat that bad contract? My pick here is Yanni Gordon. Same one as Seattle apparently took as well, if the leaks are to be believed. Palat would be interesting, but his contract expires too soon. I like Gourde. I like his versatility. I think he can play anywhere throughout the lineup. Feisty motherfucker there. So there's always that. But maybe there's a sweetener thrown in too. Maybe there's a couple other trades in the way, because Tampa Bay still needs to shed more salary because they have a bunch of RFAs. So I don't know how you do there. Toronto, the big one here is they traded a mid-tier prospect and a 7th-round pick for Jared McCann to dangle him to protect their roster. I thought they would have dangled Kerfoot more, but my pick here is Jared McCann. Same one. I think McCann's an excellent middle six winger. I liked him when he was in Pittsburgh. It sucks that he's gone, but, it is what it is. So enjoy him, Seattle. You'll like him. Dermott, I'm not crazy about, but it is what it is. Vancouver really had nothing to, just a bunch of really god-awful contracts. Yeah, we're going to take Louis Erickson. I'm surprised they haven't bought him out yet, but that'll probably happen after the moratorium, which apparently starts at 9 o'clock. So Brandon Sutter. No, not Brandon Sutter. What am I doing? Cole Lind was my pick because just youth and has the potential to have a little more upside, and which is apparently who they picked too in the meantime. Yes, Alex Ovechkin was available, but I highly doubt that Washington's going to let him go. I think he stays in Washington, but if he does want to leave, I wish he didn't win a cup so he could have won it elsewhere, but it's what it is. Oh, well. My pick here, Vitek Vanacek, mostly because I need a third goaltender, and young goalies can always be anything, really. They can always come out of nowhere, especially in their late 20s. For example, Chris Drieger. Jensen was another pick, especially analytically inclined. You could have also gone. I saw a couple do. Actually, we couldn't do Daniel Sprong because he was protected, but that is what it is. Winnipeg, my pick here was Dylan DeMello, also because really solid defensive defenseman. I need help on the right side. Pick here was Mason Appleton, who is okay, like middle six guy. Same thing like poor man's McCann in a way, but he does have upside there. But otherwise. My roster is pretty shit. I do have all the minimum $64 million in cap, so I have some money to spend in free agency. I can always do some trades as well. Like I can flip a couple guys here. A couple guys need to be signed, but they're mostly going to be vet minimum guys like Benson, Bellows, Gaudette, and Land. Vince Dunn is going to be the guy who's going to want the most money, but I can afford it, and I have about $10 to $13 million to spare. Drieger is going to have $3 million. So you have $10 million to play with, especially in this free agency. And I think that's what Seattle was going for. I think they were going for having that flexibility so they could do that. And but yes, I appreciate all of you for being here. And we've got, unfortunately, another half hour to go until the draft, but it's just reported in the meantime. But, otherwise, how's everyone doing tonight? Guys, enjoying yourselves. I'm not really much of a streamer, but in the meantime, I tried to update a few things, like make it so it wasn't as weird to look at, although probably it's still a little weird to look at, not gonna lie. But yes. Dude, please, Matt, I hope the leaks are false, because I will laugh hysterically and I will absolutely love it in the meantime. But in the meantime, I'm going to super chats are unfortunately piling up. Once again, absolutely optional. I'll try to get to the regular chats as well. So It is what it is. Come on or face for $10. I love the name, by the way. I'm here for Tree Hot Takes. I don't know if you're going to get hot takes here. Maybe later. Maybe later. The Egginator for 5. I'm a Kraken fan. I love your content. You've been my favorite YouTuber since 2017. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, guy. Winter Toxic for 5. Take this as compensation for me using ad block. Anaheim playoff run in the next 3-4 years. Yeah or nay? Depends how their youth develops. It's really how it is. I mean, Gibson's probably going to hold up, but offensively, they're having issues right now trying to score goals. Power play was atrocious. They just set the record for worst power play in the season. Even if it was a short season, it was pretty bad. Geeky Metalhead, you're my favorite sports YouTuber treat. Thank you. The man I call Cobra, Jason Thompson. This draft is sponsored by Pen 15 Oil Lube. Oh, I know what this is. Penis Oil Lube. Dude, come on. The NHL has a little more respect than that. I feel like they prefer cock and balls. Come on. Select the boy for 10. Here's to hoping Seattle doesn't end up like Vegas. Oh, dude. Have you seen how bad their 12s fan base is? Now, imagine that in hockey. It's going to be rough. Most certainly rough. But I will mention that later. Nick Leroy for 2. Want to raid Dangle stream at some point? I don't know. There are a couple guys streaming. I didn't realize Dangle was streaming. He's probably streaming on Sportsnet, but I think you need to be Canadian to raid it. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I would have to enable my ExpressVPN. By the way, use the code word expressvpn.com/utree to save 30% off your order, I believe. But yes, you should get ExpressVPN. VPN is pretty much vital in this time and age. So in case I do want to raid them, I would have to be Canadian. Kopitar 11 for 2. Curtis McDermott, Kings #1 fighter since Marty McSorley. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but do you really need a fighter in this day and age? Like, Engeland at least had the local angle and could play third pairing defense. McDermott is like, Sportsnet's worldwide. Okay, I know they were Canadian only for the playoffs. But it is what it is. LFGM, Baltimore Ravens Nation for 5 Canadian, which the Kraken selected Price. The amount of chaos it would cause long-term still would be good for Montreal. Oh, yeah. Well, with Carey Price, that contract's going to get really rough, especially with a goalie in his early 30s who's having hip issues. That's going to get a little rough. But that's really... I wouldn't have picked Price unless, I would have been able to flip him with 50% retention and gotten a haul in return. That's the only way I would have. But that's all I can really say. Robbie Hyde for 5. Love your content since the 2018 Haters Got any reason Ovi is unprotected and any chance he'll go. He's unprotected because he's an unrestricted free agent. And I feel like it'd be easier for Seattle to not take him and instead protect someone else like a Daniel Sprong who would end up being protected. That's why they did it. Same reason why guys like Gabriel Landeskog were unprotected. Big free agents, they did get a few. I think Adam Larson is the one that was leaked, which is brutal for Edmonton because he had a really strong year. Jamie Alexiak is another one as well if you want to really beef up your back end. But that's why Ovi was unprotected, Robbie. I like it. It's not because they're going to get rid of him, but because it's like power play maneuver. It's about chess in a way. Haroon Khan for 4. Please spare some thoughts on Yzerman and the Red Wings. They waited the longest to leak it, and they didn't really give up much. Chalowski, he didn't really pan out there, and he needs a change of scenery, so not really missing much there, unfortunately. Michael Jacques for 10. Hey, Tree, I'm in the hospital with COVID right now. Dude, I'm sorry, man. Your videos have helped me get through this. Thank you. Can you get a video for us Vegas Golden Knights fans on the stubbornness of Peter DeBoer? Dude, I sincerely hope you get better, my man. I'm sorry you have COVID. If you're typing this, at least I hope you're okay. But, that's rough. I'm sorry, brother. But give this man some love, especially for the COVID. For the Vegas Golden Knights on Peter DeBoer, that says for itself. I saw it in San Jose. It's rough. Brandon Cascade for 2. I know nothing about hockey, here for the fun. Definitely, man. I'm hoping this is entertaining as we all think it will be. Keyword is think, but it's probably not happening that way. Brandon Cascade, I know nothing about hockey. I already said that. Club Fortune, aka Osorogi 11258. I wanted the intrigue, damn it, but I appreciate the takes. I know. I wanted it too, but unfortunately now we have to deal with fake mock drafts that aren't going to do anything. And yeah, this legit sucks. Marcangelo Calica. I probably fucked up your last name. I'm sorry, dude. Good evening from Italy. Please, Kraken, don't take Vanacek or Ovi. Go Caps, go. Unfortunately, I think they are taking Vanacek. They are not taking Ovi, though. No way. No. Unfortunately not. Diavios for 20. I'm hyped to have a team, but I still stand that the Kraken is the dumb as hell name. Rain City bitchin' for life. Hashtag. I'm not a fan of Kraken. I never really have been. I think it's just too over the top and try hard. But I completely understand why people like it. I love the logo. I love the presentation they're going for. I'm just not a fan of Kraken. It is what it is. Christopher Stubstad, as someone who knows next to nothing about hockey, any suggestions, resources to get into it, just start watching YouTube videos of like big playoff games. I would say that would be your option. Hockey DB and Hockey Reference are good for statistics. I'd say like Twitter would help a little bit, but for the most part, I'd say just like start just exploring YouTube for like playoff highlights. That would be my recommendation, Chris. At least for me. V-Man29397, hey Tree, since Jerry Bruckheimer is part owner, will the Kraken end up like a bad Bruckheimer film, Sorcerer's Apprentice, or a good one, Beverly Hills Cop? Depends how they do this. The key here, like I know the draft picks have been leaked, but the trades are going to be the thing. But in the meantime, yeah, a lot of people are saying the hockey guy. The hockey guy is another one too. He's got a good guy for like news and analysis. I'm not a news and analysis guy, but if you want like more up-to-date stuff, I definitely go with him. I know a lot of people are saying that, so I absolutely agree with that too. I know a lot of people were saying that, so I just wanted to get you recommended there too. Once again, the trades are going to be the thing, so that's still a surprise. That's why I'm not going on Twitter. So we will see about that. Matt Mardix for John Quenneville will be taken by Seattle from the Hawks. Thoughts? Yeah, John Quenneville is the pick. Like he was I think a first-round pick from New Jersey that has not panned out. So this has to maybe it's a trade, or maybe they just didn't think there was anything else there. That's the only thing I can think of right now. The casual guy for 15. Apparently, either the rest of the league learned their lesson from Vegas, or Ron Francis is a terrible GM. Total noob of a Kraken fan. Then again, I don't play the role of armchair GM. Remember, too, that casual guy and everyone else. There's still the trades to be announced. Maybe the leaks were faked. We'll see how this goes. They still have a lot of money to play with. They'll still have negotiations in the offseason, and they'll still be busy in play. This is not the end. Also, I did see something right here from Ace Tree Master. Quick question there. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yes, what channel is it on? It's on ESPN2 or Sportsnet if you're north of the border. You can probably get it by streaming too. I think the NHL.com might have it. Maybe a few other guys will too, but otherwise I'll be watching on ESPN2. This is actually the first broadcast ESPN has had of the NHL, I think since 2004, since the lockout. So this would be the first thing right there. We'll definitely see in that regard though. Man, I already got a 52. Jesus. Thank you, man, Zach11. I wish I could be on a few of your videos so I can vent my frustrations on the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Dallas Stars, which are my favorite teams. After I vent my frustrations, I'm going to eat some ice cream and cry in the corner. Dude, depends which ice cream you have, man. I don't blame you, dude, but you did sweep the Pirates. You're moving up in the world. Dude, I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining me as well. I did not expect 25. I expected a few less than this. That's the only thing right there. A Pizzle 90 for 5. Release the Kraken. Sorry to be that guy, dude. They're going to be saying that a lot. I think that's going to be one of their main rallying cries, especially in the third period. Release the Kraken. Eric Fetters, ESPN. ESPN Plus. I don't know if they have ESPN2. I think ESPN Plus is a streaming service, but it is really how it is. Yankees 286 as a Rangers fan, I'm going to miss Blackwell, sorry. These trades are going to be crazy tonight based on the picks that Seattle is taking. We'll definitely see. Once again, salary cap is the key space, especially with the flat cap for the next couple years. That's Seattle's strength right now. And if you're playing up to that regard, that's your key. So maybe Ron Francis is thinking, I'm just going to get some cheap guys and go hog wild in free agency, because there are some big names still out there. Philip Deneau is going to get a lot of money. Zach Hyman's going to get a lot of money. Gabriel Landeskog is going to get a lot of money. So we'll see about that. Gerald Armstrong, thoughts on the Ryan Ellis Flyers trade? I'm not that crazy about Ellis, mostly due to his contract. I like him, but I don't think he's the big guy on Nashville's core. I think that's definitely Roman Josi. But I think he should definitely aid Philly's defensive core. And they didn't really give up much. Nolan Patrick has just been banged up by injuries. And I think Felipe Myers, he's been kind of there, but I don't know if he's really going to be the piece. Maybe he's a replacement in Nashville in that regard. But, I mean, it's a lot of change for Nashville. I mean, they're kind of dismantling that core, which, I mean, I don't know. They kind of might need to, because their upside is first-round exit. They don't have the pieces to really go far. We'll see that. Rock Yokune Ayazawa for 25 in before the Kraken won up the Golden Knights and take home the cup in their inaugural season. Dude, I would laugh hysterically if that happens. I absolutely agree with you. Brian Nieves, could the Kraken make some changes last minute? No, the rosters and the selections were due at, I believe, 11 o'clock this morning. So that's why that none of these, the picks themselves are set in stone. The issues are the trades, and I think those don't have to be put in until about an hour before draft time. And they'll be announced throughout the stream as well. Rukyus Yokune Ayazawa for 35 as well. Enjoy retirement. Pekka Rinne may forever be too good right now, definitely. Sucks about Pekka Rinne. He was a damn good goalie. And fun fact, I did not expect that to be a meme. That was just me eating my words. That's all it was. Jay Rivers for 2, and I got to move up again. Thank you. YouTube, you suck. Thank you very much. And I'm already falling behind. Your God. The Devils are going after Dougie Hamilton. Thoughts? They need defensemen. They really need mostly defensemen, per se. ABS Sports as well. I know you mentioned about trying to find a place for the draft. NHL.com will help. Sportsnet, .com will help. TSN.ca is another one I use as well. So those are going to be the ones that I pick, per se. Well, now, apparently, the Sportsnet stream is just Steve and Jesse reacting. Isn't going to be the full coverage. That's what I figured. They've mostly been just reacting to stuff, especially during the playoffs as well. So that would be the main thing with the Sportsnet. I think most of it's just going to be reactions, I feel like. I wish I had, a live feed of it on here so I could do it as is. But at the same time, that would be my thing right there. I think them leaking everything kind of made everything a buzzkill. Hunter Dosso as well. Little annoyed that my Tanev Pens jersey is now dated. Oh well, it is what it is. Hey, it's an antique, dude. Off topic. Ever thought of revisiting your NASCAR local vid, especially since it was made pre-Brian Ferentz arrest? Maybe. We'll definitely see there. But that wouldn't be a bad idea, especially with how it seems it's made inroads with Gen Z. Yeah, it's a shame I can't show the feed because I get blammed down and lose my streaming privileges because it would absolutely suck. Colton Wartipora for 5 Canadian, our Lord and Savior YouTube. Dude, I'm not a fucking Lord and Savior. I'm just a damn dude. But I will accept tribute. Just that's all I'm saying. I will accept tribute in the form of beer and ladies. Maybe. Did I say too much? Yes, I did. Dusty for 5. Tree, what's your opinion on the current location of the teams? I think the Panthers should move to Kansas, and the Atlantic Metropolitan needs to be reworked. Panthers move to Kansas, like Kansas City? Maybe. Kansas City wouldn't be a bad option. Quebec City would be another. I feel like the Coyotes are probably moving to Houston, but that's really how it is. Tread Behemoth for 5. As a 49ers fan, I'm enjoying Fred Warner getting a long-time deal. I agree. He's definitely worth it. He's a stud. Oh, by the way, thanks Chicago for that pick as well because that was involved in the Mitch Trubisky trade. Yeah, people tend to forget that in that Trubisky trade, the 3 picks that they gave up to move up 1 selection became Alvin Kamara, Fred Warner, and Tedrick Thompson. At least you can say Tedrick Thompson's like backup caliber, but Fred Warner and Alvin Kamara are all pros and will be all pros for a long time. So have fun with that. Chicago, by the way. Bossman says Tom Unism must die. Yes, I agree. Tom Unism definitely must die. But unfortunately, he's going to be so smug because he is a bandwagon Bucks fan and he witnessed the championship yesterday, and his punishment for clickbait sports tomorrow is going to be BS, and I'm going to get blammed to hell and back, and it stinks. Nerful for 2. Did you see all the leaked picks by Mr. Frank? Yeah, unfortunately I did. Like, I woke up at like 10:30. So it was around the time when everything started getting leaked. It's like, oh God. And like, I saw the Larson thing highlight, and then one thing became another, and it's like, oh God. I mean, I wish there was a moratorium on that, unless like the dude went rogue. That's the only thing I can think of. Corey Purdue for 5. You've got the manliest voice on YouTube. Good job on the greatest game video. Would love a more detailed breakdown vid on games like that. Yeah, I wouldn't say manliest. A lot of people hate my voice, but it is what it is, dude. I appreciate it. That vid, the greatest game vid, was one I've wanted to do for a while. Just because that game was just so surreal. It's hard to really put into words besides put in a vid, because like you have to understand the conditions of Heinz Field. It was bad. Wait, is that Alexiak deal true? If it is, let me see. Spoilers for anyone. 4.6 for 5. Dude, you got a better deal for Larson, dude. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Larson's pretty good. I don't know if he's worth 4.6, but maybe that's the price to get him. But yeah, it apparently was just reported by Elliot Friedman, so. Yeah. 4.6 for 5 is a little rough, at least for me. I mean, not super overpayment, but it's a bit rough, especially for, I think Alexiak, something like 29. So you can hope that physicality really goes a long way there, at least. You can hope so, per se. Jakey Master for 5. What are your thoughts on the Texas Rangers, Habs, Cavs, Ohio State football, and will the Browns, especially Baker, underachieve again like 2019? Texas Rangers, they suck. The Habs, I feel like their shot was last year, and unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to get back there with that Eastern Conference. Ohio State football is, close but never close enough. The Cavs are, still rebuilding. They're still trying to rebuild from LeBron. And the Browns, time will tell, man. I think they're the favorites. I hope pressure is going to be an issue there, but we'll definitely see. I mean, I hope they do well. Adam THM for 5. What are the Blackhawks free agent move this year? Quiet or go for a big defenseman? I think they might go quiet because I feel like they're still rebuilding. I feel like last year was kind of a mirage, especially early on. So that's all I really say there. It's too early to tell. I think they do make some moves, but I don't know if they're going to be like huge moves. Like they're not going to go after big fish. It's too early for them, especially in their rebuild. Ian Kingston for 5, even though it's a hockey stream after the NBA Finals, does CP3 warrant his own legacy of failure as a first legacy of failure for NBA or not? No, I don't know CP3. I think if it's like legacy of failure, a lot of people have been wanting Clippers for a long time. Like that would be the first. Just because that team is just so fucking cursed. So cursed. Jeremy Smith, congrats to the Kraken and their new home, Virtue Signal Arena. Yeah, it does seem like a virtue signal with Climate Pledge. Like, if you're going to do stuff with, like, Climate Pledge, nothing wrong with that. I mean, I appreciate that you care about the environment. Don't just throw it out there. Just call it, like, a basic arena name and then just, like, talk about it in your, like, profile. But instead of just putting it in, like, giant bold letters, it just seems, like, very sanctimonious. Not crazy about it at all, but maybe I'm old. That's probably what it is. I'm probably just really old, so that's why I have everyone thinks I'm an old man yelling in the cloud, and it's only going to get worse with time. Absolutely is. Levi Finance for $279 Canadian. Habs fan here. Would have taken Drouin greater than Kulak. Still okay. Yeah. Drouin, I've definitely considered. My main thing is, like, especially last year, he had a rough year, plus with the leave of absence. You guarantee me he's at full, like, if you're picking based on talent, it would have been Drouin or Price. But you have to put too many, like, variables into a factor. And Kulak, I think, had a very reliable, like, playoff. I think he's a very serviceable defensive defender. And that's how I feel, at least with that. Caleb Ruggieri, all I want is for the Kraken to not take Vince Dunn. I'm going to be really sad to see him leave St. Louis. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. He's the best option available for, like, the Kraken. Kyokune Ayazawa for 30. Definitely, I thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Who's the one out of this draft getting the Crosby 12x8? This draft? I don't know if there's anyone, to be honest with you. I feel like those are more for franchise players, and I don't know if it's going to happen yet. Harrison S. Hey, Tree. Just wanted to say thank you so much for all your vids. I'm looking forward to football and everything you have planned for the rest of the year. Yeah. Football season's going to be pretty busy. I just hope to, like, keep it fresh for the most part. Like, I know sports ball's coming back, but at the same time, it's just like, I feel like sometimes football gets like samey, especially like week to week. And then you have an extra week on top with the extra game. So, I'm interested to see how it goes. I really am. I'm kind of nervous about it, to be honest with you. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I mean, I'm going to be busy. Not going to lie. So, yeah. Here's to hoping we have a good year. None of this COVID shit fucking everything up. Please. Brent Rushton for 549 Canadian. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Toonlink Maine for 5. I'm starting my stream as soon as I start learning about hockey. Definitely, man. I appreciate it. It's a fun sport if you ever get the chance. Definitely, man. If you ever get the chance, try and learn, man. I agree. Brent Rushton for 279 Canadian. Definitely, thank you. Jerway for 5. How do you feel about the Joel Erickson extension? I think he's a great defensive forward. Third liner. I think the term is way too much, but he is mid-20s. So defensive wise, I feel like those don't really age as well, or like age as poorly as, say, like offensive skill. So I think there's an off chance that it does work out. But I mean, Minnesota's biggest issue is Kirill Kaprizov. I mean, if he goes back to Russia, and I hope he doesn't, but it's they're going to be in trouble. I absolutely, it'll be tough. MTBK for 10 Canadian. As a Vancouver fan, it's going to be hype as hell to have a hockey rival down in Seattle. Jays Mariners fan games are fun down in Seattle. Also, Cleveland, please call them the Spiders. I think that's kind of what they're going for, I think. But once again, that really comes with time, I would say. But we'll see how that goes, to be completely honest with you. It's going to take some time. But, yeah, I think they do say Spiders. Sir Crumpets for 10. Question Tree, why did Seattle not take call from Boston? I've watched the Bolts since 13. It's they're my home ground team, but I don't truly understand the Dreeper strategy behind player choices. Crumpets, the main thing with Taylor Hall is that he's an unrestricted free agent. That's why they didn't pick him. I mean, if he was under contract, I would have considered. And I see something ridiculous that had just been thrown at me, but I will get to you in a bit, my man. But Crumpets, the thing is, like, unrestricted free agency, it's a gamble. So in that regard, like, there's no guarantee that Taylor Hall is going to be a player for the Kraken next year. He can go right into free agency. That's the risk of taking a UFA that year. Like, that's why, like, an Ovechkin wasn't taken. That's why Landeskog wasn't taken. They had, like, a window to agree to contract. So maybe there was, like, speculation like, hey, Taylor Hall, can we talk to you and then see what's happening there? But unfortunately, that's probably not how it went. But somebody threw 200 bones at me, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Kevin Michael Von Magnum, dude. Much appreciation there. Sorry I haven't been around in the dumpster fire. Here's a small offering from my time from 28 straight days of 12 hours a day. Jesus Christ. Dude, that's fucking insane. Anyway, I don't know if the Titans are going to make the playoffs this season, even with that offense. I think Dupree and Farley won't play until week 4. Your thoughts on them? Thoughts on them? I think they'll still compete for their division. And my microphone just fell off. This is great. But, yeah, man, I would say, like, Julio Jones, I think he does well in that offense. A.J. Brown. The key there is Tannehill. If Tannehill plays up to his ability, they'll be really fine. If not, they're going to be, like, fringe wildcard contender. That's more or less how it's going to go with them. But, dude, once again, much appreciation. 200 bones. Holy shit. You people are crazy, but I love you for it. 2,500 people are somehow watching this, and it's but, yes, Sorry, I'm just losing focus for a second. I've got too much noise and stipulation right there. Bukkake drive-by for 5. Can't wait for next year when Seattle was gifted a cup contender. I think people are going to see that Las Vegas was kind of a flash in the pan because they're going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be Cup Finals good. Because remember, the narrative back in 2017 at the beginning of the draft was Vegas had a fucking terrible draft. They're going to be bad besides Marc-Andre Fleury. And I wasn't just the only one saying this. This was everyone. We all thought they were going to be bad. And then they're just sitting there like, holy shit, they're winning. Holy shit, William Karlsson became really good because William Karlsson was one of those sweeteners. Or like they picked William Karlsson to protect Josh Anderson, and they got a nice haul of picks as well. William Karlsson becomes really fucking good. So that's really, I mean, there's so much that can happen, to be completely honest with you, especially in terms of a change of scenery. Yeah, 16K are watching the Dangle live stream. I think like there's more watching the hockey guys, so it's only like 2,600 watching me, whatever. I mean, I'm surprised to have this many people watching right now, to be completely honest with you. So I'm not like a huge, like super big hockey channel, and like this is more, it is what it is. But David Kronz for 5. Hi, Tree. Love your vids. You are both entertaining and creative with your videos. I'm a Giants, Phillies, and Devils fan, and a fan of yours as well, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you, my man. People eating tasty animals. That's a hell of a name, dude. Your thoughts on Jack Eichel? Hope the Rangers aren't dumb enough and take the bait in Minnesota trades for him. Yeah. I love Jack Eichel. I think the problem with Jack Eichel right now is his value is like super low, and Buffalo's demanding too much for him. So you're not going to get that much, unfortunately. Liam Alborg for 2. Thoughts on Landeskog? If he leaves, Colorado's in trouble. I absolutely believe he is in trouble if that's the case. We've got 5 minutes until draft time. So this misery will end soon enough, and you all will hopefully be free. Justin for 10 Canadian as well, and I got to move back up again. Oh, my God. Do you think the Oakland A's or Tampa Bay Rays will move to Montreal? Do you think Quebec City will get the New York Nordiques back? Oakland A's are probably moving to Las Vegas. It seems to be the main ideal right now. They just had they're at an impasse right now, unfortunately, especially in terms of between Alameda County and like the A's themselves. They seem to be at a crossroads. Like the A's, they're not getting enough public funding, and unfortunately the game is it's a little tough. But Oakland's good as gone, unfortunately. They're probably moving to Vegas because Vegas will probably give the money to them. Or anywhere that's going to give them the public funds, and just watch that Oakland start spending money once they get a new team and a new stadium, because they know they're going to have to get fans in the stands. John Lasconis for 2. What will the White Sox do at the deadline? They're going to get a second baseman, so it's probably Adam Frazier because they need to replace Madrigal for this year. And Quebec City, if they're going to get a team, it's probably going to be a move, and it's probably going to be the Florida Panthers. David Heights for 5. Hey, Tree, new to Pittsburgh. What's a good hockey bar in this town? Mostly depends. I know Piper's Pub's a good soccer bar on Sunday mornings, but a hockey bar, I'm not sure. I know there are a couple by the arena, per se, but I don't know if there's a true hockey bar in Pittsburgh. I think they're more just generalized bars that are more like sports bars, per se. I think those are going to be more your ideal. Jay Rivers for 2. Do you think Rene's a Hall of Famer? Unfortunately, no. I think Hall of very good, but I don't know about Hall of Fame. He'll definitely have his number retired by the Predators, but I don't know about Hall of Fame. If he does get in, it'll be a while later. Rye Guy 1218 for 5. I'm a Seahawks Blazers fan, but I'm also a Penguins fan. I decided to stay loyal to the Pens, but the Kraken will be my second favorite NHL team. Well, we'll see, man. Definitely see. Apparently, there are a couple of saying slap shots in Dormont. Yeah, I've never been to Dormont, unfortunately, so I've never been. I might have to go there sometime, but we'll see what happens next year. That's the one they're mentioning as well. The Oakland Coliseum's a mess. Are you ready? Yes, I kind of am ready as well. But let's change this up right here. Give me 1 second. Let me get my ugly face up in here while I change up this. It's almost draft time. Seattle will reveal all 30 selections, and they're already leaked. See if they have like a live feed on. Hold on here. How's everyone doing for the camera here? It looks like, yeah, there are a lot of guys just like moving on. It looks like, but yeah, it looks like a couple things. Seattle spoke with Dougie Hamilton's camp, but didn't reach a contract, so there's a little bit there. But God, I need a like a live feed of the draft itself. Let me see if ESPN has it. Change my whole channel here. I know this is so much fun. I completely understand. But yeah, Drieger, Lawson, Mayu. Yeah, there's no like live like feed of like the expansion draft. It seems like that I can put on like YouTube, but yeah, but ESPN2, I'm aware ESPN2 does, but I'm looking like a the feed for like the computer. So like something like see what it is here. Come on. Any day now. See, I'm looking for something like this, where, you know, they have like all the picks available, something like this, so I can have like a visual. That's the thing I'm looking for right now, unfortunately, but I can't seem to find it. But I just want this to be less boring. I'm aware it's on ESPN2. I have ESPN2 on. I'm absolutely aware. But yes, I do have ESPN2 on. They still have the yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. But in the meantime, let's go back to my ugly face. This is why I call it a shitstravaganza, everyone. This is why I call it a shitstravaganza. Okay, I see blogs. I see. Okay, here we go. Live blogs. Yeah, but let me throw this up. But it looks like we have the picks right now. But yes, the Kraken are coming. Here we go. Expansion draft time. We got the view of the Seattle pipeline. Everything's coming up roses now. They have the nice setup in the assembly. They actually did a good setup with this. Oh, Bettman. Boo! 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 Stop leaking the picks!
You're hockey ready.
Not bad. I love how he's embraced that.
What a magnificent day. And we are thrilled as a league to be here with you. Welcome to the 2021 NHL Expansion Draft. Look around on this magnificent day. Look at all the people that are here. And yes, with the booing and all these people, you are ready for NHL hockey.
I love how he's embraced that, by the way. Good job, Evan.
You have a great ownership group starting with David Bonderman and Jerry Bruckheimer and their partners. You know you have general manager Ron Francis. You have head coach Dave Hextall. And you have heard from the incomparable Todd Lywicki, who runs this club for this community. You couldn't have a better leadership team. And today I toured Climate Change Arena, and you couldn't have a better facility to watch your team play in. And it's clear to me, while Seattle has always been a great sports town, you are going to be, you already are, passionate hockey fans. So once again, Seattle, welcome to the NHL. But there's one more thing we need to do to get the team up and running, and that is to name the first players that will wear the Seattle Kraken uniform. These players will forever be known as the original Seattle Kraken, your Seattle Kraken.
I just realized Climate Change Arena.
It's my pleasure to introduce from another new NHL team member, those at ESPN, Chris Fowler and Dominic Moore. And Seattle, it's going to be great to see you opening night.
Okay. Well, the pick is underway. Let's see if this is just like a general announcement, but in the meantime, it looks like they're just doing the beginning parts right now. They're going to have a bunch of different guys like announcing it, but these are apparently the picks. Mostly guys I already mentioned. I'm guessing a bunch of side deals. Oh, Gary Bettman booed. I love how that's already a thing. Dude, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let me turn this off here.
You know, Chris, this is definitely got to be
Gary Bettman booed.
And so, in your honor, and in the honor of this event, we know how much our guys backstage love a pun, so we got a sign here.
Excellent penmanship, Don. That's awesome.
I'm going to try one thing here real quick.
I could tell you that
I'm going to have a combo Twitter feed going on, so you can see me do angry tweeting at the same time.
Cool name, the Kraken. For those of you not from Seattle, it's a legendary sea monster with tentacles and temper.
All right. So it looks like the requirements are already here. One player from each of the 30 NHL teams except Vegas, which is total bullshit, by the way. I think there's a lot of BS there. They must select 14 forwards, 9 defensemen, 3 goaltenders. Other 4 players can be any position. 20 of the 30 players have to be signed, at least, so they can't have like unrestricted free agents. But we'll see about that. Well, look at that. My Twitter feed. Welcome.
Negotiations there are a little tense. We'll see what his future is. Carey Price, superb goaltender of Montreal. Rumors have the Habs fans on edge, Dominic.
As they should be. A lot of intrigue heading in to this day. And obviously, PK Subban, a star player in this league.
Climate Change Arena.
All these guys available.
Man, oh man. We'll change this up in the meantime. There's a lot of ideas, but most of the things have been leaked. But in the meantime, though, we go to Rye Guy 1218 for 5 on Seahawks Blazers. Actually, I got Manzak 11, my bad. I actually got chocolate ice cream, and I hate it. At least my hope and luck is better than the Ottawa Senators charging a damn laptop. Well, the battery never charged. That's the thing with the 92 Senators. If you think, like, they're getting an advantage here, like, it was never really like this until Vegas. So, it is what it is. But, yes, Jamie Alexiak is 5 years, approximately $4.6 million per year, which is yeah, he's more defensive defenseman, but you're paying for his size. That's really what you're paying for right now, especially with that. See, Bettman's booed. Jay Fresh, you can see the analytics for Alexiak, which is, I mean, it's good, but I don't know if it's like $4.6 million per year good. Oh, there's the Dangle expansion draft, so we can bitch about that. But it looks like we got our first announcement coming up right there.
We're
Actually, that's Kevin Weeks. So he's going to be on ESPN. Turn on your mic. Stop fucking up, ESPN. This is your first audition. I can't see Kevin Weeks.
The great Sean Kemp, the great Gary Payton, among other legends.
There you go.
But also the outstanding fans. And I want to echo the fact that these fans have been amazing so far. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been great. I had the opportunity to see some of the very iconic sights and sounds, and we had the chance to announce some picks from there. So we look forward to the enthusiasm from you great fans, the amazing owners.
But yes, this is really what it's coming down to right now. But we will see. Yeah, we got Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, like a lot of old Seattle guys, big legends in there right now. Unfortunately, don't expect Sean Kemp or Vin Baker to take a free throw because they will probably miss. But yeah, I'm liking the crowd there right now. Definitely see in that regard. Oh, Ronnie Franchise. Here comes Ronnie Franchise to announce the team. And I still don't know why you hired Dave Haxtell. I really don't. But yeah, this is like just the beginning part where they do like the pomp and circumstance. Everything goes crazy there. And, they rally the crowd. But it's kind of what it is. Christian James Calder on for 2. Any future legacy of failure vids? I've got a couple. I'm just waiting for a few things to happen right now. James Mello for 5. You think Seattle could take PK Subban if they retain half his salary plus a draft pick? I don't know if they can. Not with the expansion draft. Like, I don't touch PK Subban just because like he's not $9 million a year, worthy of $9 million a year per se. That's pretty much my issue with that. There are better options that you can spend the money on. Salary cap space is going to be your premier issue if you are Seattle. That's going to be your real issue, and that's all you can really say. But in the meantime, Scott Braden for 5. Yes, this is about hockey, but what about Vince Williams retiring? I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes, like, you feel like after a season, you think you can do it, and then like your body just gives out on you. And I think that might be the issue right there. So enjoy retirement, man. I'm not a fan of you calling yourself Vince, but it is what it is. It was a decent career, man. Definitely a decent career, and I hope he enjoys his retirement. That's all I'm going to say on that. Hiley and Jay appears for 2. Release the Crackheads. Yep, it looks like they are releasing the Crackheads. Oh, looks like Boston Bruins are up first.
Seattle Kraken select Jeremy Lauzon.
Jeremy Lauzon. That's what I figured. Jeremy Lauzon, first pick. He probably would have been my pick too. It was either between Lauzon or Jakob Zaboral. Those were the two guys, and they like Lauzon's upside. So definitely more a defensive guy. But at the same time, like I think he'll be a useful asset. He'll probably be a second or third pairing guy. So there's your guy. There is your guy. Niels B for 5, sending my lucky €5 for the Kraken to take Martin Jones. Go Sharks, dude. That ain't happening, unfortunately. Yeah, but unfortunately, it's already leaked. So.
A lot of turmoil there. A lot of new head coaches for in the last 5 years. 10 straight years, no playoffs. So we'll see what the Sabres can offer here. Perhaps rubbing it in there. Yeah, sorry, Sabres fans. Those are facts. To introduce.
Oh, here's the Buffalo Sabres.
Please welcome to the stage another absolute Seattle legend, a Hall of Famer as a player and a coach, led the Supersonics to an NBA title, still calls Seattle home, Coach Lenny Wilkens.
Lenny Wilkens, huh? Yeah, they're bringing in all the All-Stars. So it's Buffalo Sabres. I think this is probably Borgen, but we'll definitely see. Here we go.
I'm told that along your various stops, coaching hoops, you have become a passionate hockey fan as well.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of time right there. So I wish I could kind of like flip it as it is. I'll keep going in the meantime. ID Gamer for 5. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. Definitely, man. But I definitely agree with you there. But, I mean, they're all ripping the Sabres, but, I mean, the Sabres do deserve to be ripped. They're garbage.
Well, I certainly do. And look at that crowd. I mean,
they're really going crazy about the crowd. It looks like.
You're going to do it. But,
dude, if they pick Jeff Skinner, it'd be hilarious.
The Seattle Kraken select Will Morgan.
Yep, Will Borgen, that's the pick. Mostly because there's no other option right there. It's just garbage. Like, the only option was Rasmus Asplund, but when Jeff Skinner waived his no movement clause, they allowed it to protect him. So it's just literally just like a gathering piece. At this point, there's no one else to pick. It's just garbage and more garbage. Unless you can guarantee me that Colin Miller was going to be the Colin Miller in Vegas, that's the only thing I would have said. So
In Detroit, a whole lot of holes to fill there. Bottom 5 in goal differential.
that's really all it is.
To help us reveal the pick from Detroit, a special guest from the Seattle Aquarium.
Oh,
Why
a
not
special
bring
guest?
out an octopus, because Detroit fans.
Oh, they actually got an octopus.
Octopi famous by chucking them on the ice. So this is licorice.
So they're actually doing it for the licorice from the Seattle Aquarium, huh?
Will now reveal the pick as has ever been done before. And the pick is
They're doing it like that. They're picking Dennis Chalowski with the Octopussy.
He's coming much closer to
They used an octopus. I know. But Dennis Chalowski is, young defenseman. You hope a change of scenery can help him out, but he hasn't really done much in Detroit. So there's another fun first-round dud from Ken Holland. So, I know I reminded you of Ken Holland. So there's what it is. Well, at least he's Edmonton's problem now, especially with this. But let's keep going here. Eric Bueller for 5. What do you think about the Kraken potentially grabbing Vanacek versus grabbing Dylan? Big Caps fan and big Tree fan. Vanacek, I think, was the option because young goaltenders can become anything, and they needed 3 goalies. He would have been my pick. Dylan is more like he's a good defenseman, same as Jensen, and Schultz. But at the same time, it's
speaking of folks who are in high spirits as they watch this whole thing unfold, the Angry Beaver is
yeah, it's a lot of people just like going off about like bars and. They have too many like different jerseys here. This is so predictable. Like, why is there a Leafs fan, a Blue Jackets fan, and a Flyers fan, and an Avs fan there? And a Golden Knights fan. Come on. Have some Kraken gear, man. I hate this crap. All right, but it's probably going to commercial right now, unfortunately. Jay Park, the picks right now have been Will Borgen, Janice Chalowski, and also Jeremy Lauzon, so pure defenseman right now. And they are talking about cards and NFTs. Yeah, they're going off about the NFTs right now. So, which means it's really weird, but that means it's going to do well. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to highlight everything that's been drafted right now. So give me 1 second. I will type them up right now. So a little bit right there. So we'll do that as is and then update it from the bottom ticker. So, I wish I had someone kind of producing this so I can kind of change as is, but I'm going to try and see if there's something else I can do in the meantime so I can kind of see how everyone's doing. Yeah, it looks like Lauzon, Seattle will open the season in Vegas. Boaters and Lubbers, Jamie Alexiak. Okay. Is there like a live feed or is it just blogs? I'm hoping it's not just blogs because it's expansion draft live, which I'm not going to show because I get blammed to hell and back. But in the meantime, I'll keep going in here. Next in Hero for 91 for 5. How do you think Hackstall will do as a Kraken's head coach? I wasn't a big Hackstall fan in Philly. I felt like he was too conservative for what it was. I feel like he's an intelligent guy. He's just the wrong coach for the wrong team. Maybe being in Seattle will help change that, but I'm just not crazy about it. I think there are better options out there, to be completely honest with you. Daniel Show for 2 Legacy of Failure Chris Paul edition. Congrats, NBA. Too early for that, man. He's still got time. Highly and Jay appears for 2 Mariners or Kraken who makes their playoffs first. Ooh, Mariners are actually doing okay right now, but I'm going to say Kraken. I don't think the Mariners make it for a couple years. Stephen Frick for 5. I miss Rutherford. At least he would have given up a ridiculous package for Tarasenko's contract and shoulder and avoided all the drama. Well, that's what he does, man. There's not much you can really do. And yeah, ESPN has had a very weird start. I feel like they're trying to go way over the top. But let's go to the Twitter feeds here. And let's talk about, let's go Kraken. Sure. Yeah, and 59,000 new coronavirus cases. Thank you very much, BNO Newsroom. Thank you very much. Very cool. Actually change this up here and move the NHL right there because it looks like we got some picks right here. Will Borgen, Dennis Shalowski, Jeremy Lauzon. I wish there was like just an actual feed. Unfortunately, I didn't think ahead there. But we will change that in the meantime. But otherwise, I will keep going. In the meantime, though, Mr. Yes for 2, who should Seattle pick from Pittsburgh? My pick would have been Brandon Tanev, but it looks like they are back on the clock. Oh, Florida Panthers. Here we go.
From the Florida Panthers, the Seattle Kraken select Chris Driedger.
You can't even spell Drieger right. Come on, man. Yeah, but it's Drieger. So, as expected, this has been like the worst kept secret. Drieger had a really solid year, and then Drieger is coming out. He has promoting that jersey. I feel like they would have been better with like white coloring on the numbers instead of just the blue. But yeah, it's not a bad looking jersey though. As I said, the only thing would be changing the colors to white instead of the blue. But those actually aren't bad jerseys. They are not bad jerseys at all. But yes, it looks like Drieger's going to be like, he's interviewed right now. They're actually doing a little more with it than NBC did. But Drieger's actually a really good pick. He's probably going to be their starter out of the gate because he was really strong in that year in Florida. And Florida loses another big piece to go along with, Bobrovsky. So have fun with that. Yeah, but it looks like the picks are pretty accurate right now, unfortunately. David Gold for 2. What would the Rangers have to give up for Eichel? Probably your first-round pick, Keandre Miller, and Capo Caco. Those would be the 3 picks you'd probably give up. Mitt Iodine for 5 Austrian. Thank you, man. Love your work. Tree stuck in lockdown in Sydney, Australia. Arena should be called Lemon Pledge Arena. It's a joke. Oh, actually, never mind. I missed a pick. Cale Fleury is the pick for Montreal. So no... Unfortunately, no Carey Price, so we do not get chaos. I'm not crazy about Cale Fleury. It's just like he's kind of there. He just maybe he does better as like a bottom pairing guy, but is there a trade here, or do they just pick him? Oh, here's the Carey Price part. But yeah, I'm sorry about your lockdown, dude. To be completely honest with you, Mitt. I hope you get out of it soon. I think like half of Australia's in lockdown now. If they're talking about Carey Price, they're doing all right. They did their due diligence, which I mean, you have to because.
Welcome, Mr. Fleury, to the roster. I think Habs fans are maybe breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, just you think about the salary cap situation. It's really important in a new team to keep that flexibility. I'm sure.
Yeah, the thing is, Price was far too expensive and dealing with injuries. That's why I wouldn't have taken him either. So that's all you can do. Let's keep going here. Jared Chapman for 2 thoughts on Texas and Oklahoma looking to join the SEC. Simple. Horns down because the Big 12's trying to ban it. Horns down. We can do that in the SEC. Here we go, the Ottawa Senators.
Seattle legend, Grammy Award winner, and a huge sports guy,
Macklemore? They brought in fucking Macklemore to announce a pick. Did he go to a thrift shop? Oh, I'm so funny.
Looking for value here, so completely.
Oh, they did it.
What's going on?
Yeah, they did a really bad thrift job joke. It's like this is rough.
You guys ready? I said, are you guys ready?
No.
Me too, man. New chapter in the city. This is an amazing thing. I'm fired up. From the Ottawa Senators, the Seattle Kraken select Joey Decord.
Joey Decord, your backup goalie, a third-string goalie, younger guy. I would have rather had Philip Gustafson, but Ottawa was smart, and they protected him. So, unfortunately, we get Joey Decord. So, thanks, Matt Murray, for being shit. That's really about it. But, yeah, I mean, like, this presentation is pretty rough so far, man. It's but yeah, here come the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, hold on. Macklemore's going to do it again.
The Tampa Bay Lightning, the Seattle Kraken select Yanni Gourde.
Yanni Gourde, as I figured he would be, probably the best player available, middle six forward, pretty versatile in that regard. So he'll probably plop in as like a first or second line center out of the gate, unless they do make some trades. So versatile, scrappy motherfucker, good player. I like him. Has a long contract, but it does get Tampa Bay under the cap. And that's going to be your situation right there. For the 3,500 people watching, I am so sorry. I am absolutely sorry about this. I figured
For sure. And you look at that, those teams like Tampa that are so stacked, there were some options to be sure.
So Yanni, it's a short off season.
yeah, but any trades from Tampa, or are they just going to keep as is?
Next up, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, here come the Maple Leafs.
Fan base is down, as you well know. The strong regular season kind of forgotten as they blew the 3-1 lead to
They're
Montreal.
talking about the blown 3-1 lead. God, Toronto's so fucking pissed.
In history, it's going to be, what, about 20,000 days? Very soon.
Wait, how long was the Sabres drought? Now you're rubbing in the
Dude.
Leafs drought?
Should I bring up 16 years with no serious wins?
Dude. Wow, dude. Rub it in a little more. Jesus Christ.
Opening soon, I better be careful. Let's go back to Kevin Weeks, the iconic Pike Place Fish Market, to reveal the choice from the Maple Leafs.
Well, you can't come to Seattle without coming to the iconic Pike Place Market. Now, for today's purposes, we're going to call this Pike Place for obvious reasons. I'm fortunate to be joined by one of the owners here, named Jason. Now, Jason, I got a question for you. How much does this Kraken cost right here?
I can't afford it. Sorry. Sorry.
Nope.
All right, well,
No.
with that, the Seattle Kraken select from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Crack Jack. Oh. Forward, Jared Mccann.
Yep, Jared Mccann is the pick. Like, this is really cheesy, but Jared McCann, really solid middle six guy.
Pick like William Carlson or Jonathan Marchessault from 2017, where an undervalued player becomes a star. This is the guy, Jared McCann, playing behind Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but good pick for now.
McCann took his spot on the power play, had the most goals permitted in the league on the power play while Malkin was out. So I'm sure.
So I'm trying to update this as I go. I gotta like undo it and then like rewind, but
The numbers on that.
Talk more about the analytics. I've got a whirlwind week from McCann, just straight from Pittsburgh. A few days ago now he's headed to Seattle. Some speculation might go with Alexander Kerfoot, a goal scorer.
yeah, they're not going Kerfoot. I'd rather have McCann than Kerfoot.
The importance of centers and why they're so hard to find in expansion draft.
Well, you look around the league, the centers are the top players on all the teams, so they tend to be protected. So in the expansion draft situation, there's not a lot of top centers available. So you look at Kerfoot, you look at McCann. McCann is a guy with, given the opportunity, he could really blossom. So there's a real commodity. If you look at Vegas, despite all the success that they've had, they've got strength in goals, strength on D, and some talented wingers. Their Achilles heel is still a little bit down the middle.
Before we leave this segment, I've got some gloves. John, you lost the coin toss, so put on the gloves.
Okay.
Bring out the fish.
Okay.
Now let's see your skill. This guy delivered 1,000.
There we go. We updated that. Sorry about that.
See if you still got the skill.
Oh boy, here we go.
JT Brown over here.
But yeah, this is getting a little roughy. Chris Lopez, 98 for 5. To the GOAT, what do you think about the New York Rangers this upcoming season? I hope they don't overcompensate for the lack of grit, because like that. Yeah,
You ready? I don't want to overthrow it. You got to be careful.
I forget his name. Like Barclay Goodrow. I can't believe I forgot that. Oh, somebody caught the fish. There you go. But Barclay Goodrow is 6 years, $3.5 million. Better hope he blossoms like a certain Brandon Tanev did. But that's really what I think about it. But Hard Hat Jack for 5H3. Do you think Seattle will ever get an NBA team now that we've gotten a hockey team? Yeah, I think they get an NBA team. I still think they get it. Like, the Supersonics are going to come back. It's just a matter of which team's going to get it or if it's going to be an expansion team. That's really what it comes down to there. Daniel Schell for 5 NBA's in such a great place right now. Sad for B3. I'm a Bruins fan buying a Kraken hat. Giannis is the new Shaq. Congrats, NBA. You aren't fucked. Well, they weren't fucked ever since the conference finals. That's how I really felt about it. Dusty for 5. Yeah, Kansas City. Also, what do you think about the Olympics? I hope Rona turns it into a sports festival rather than the billion-dollar mess it is. The Olympics are a fucking mess right now. Like, it was supposed to be a COVID-free environment. Coronavirus is already infested into it. It's there's going to be no fans. It feels hollow. It's just like the only reason why they're doing it is because Japan threw billions of dollars into it. That's the only reason why. That's all you really can do. Anthony Escobar for 5H3. Since there's a lull in sports ball this weekend, you should watch the Major League Rugby semifinals. Maybe you can get some content out of it. I'm going to do a vid on the expansion draft itself, the haters guide to it. So there's going to be that coming probably Friday or Saturday. So I got to write everything out. And plus, like, stuff that's happened beforehand, too. So there's also that. And I'll go in order of how they draft to. So maybe ESPN is going to be pretty rough in that regard. So that's why we have it there. In the meantime, Vasad and Highwine for 2. Who will win the NFC North with or without AR-12? Ooh, with AR-12? Probably Packers. Without? Vikings? Maybe the Vikings. But Kansas City, like, it does have a good team. Like, Kansas City does have a really nice arena. They do have the arena for it. Bad Bonzo 98 for 5-3. Would you ever consider doing a monthly NHL update vid? Maybe. The only thing about monthly NHL vids is just like there's just like so much going on that it's just tough to keep up, especially come like November, December, January. It's just too busy for me, especially with football season. It's just too tough there. Frank Things for 10. Reminder that Sacramento Kings playoff drought is 2 years longer than the Sonics have been in the void. # move the Kings. Yeah. They should have moved to Seattle, but they got that arena, which is apparently really nice, but the Kings suck. Rift Astro for 23. I know my Sabres are shite. Is there any hope? Love your stuff, by the way. They're going to have to blow it up. That's the only way you're going to have to, because I feel like I don't trust this current regime of the Pagulas to do anything right. That's my only thing right there. Rock Yokune Ayazawa for 35. Idea for a punishment for anyone losing an episode of Clickbait Sports. Wear a division rivals jersey at a home game. Yeah, you don't want to wear flyer stuff at a home game, unfortunately. But in the meantime, let me do a random tweet in the meantime because everything's so fun. I know. You get to see the magic happen as it goes, and people are leaving in droves, which I completely understand. Yeah. That's really about it, but we'll keep going here. TJ Getz for 5. Keep up the good work. I'm super Pats fan. What are your predictions for the season? Will Mac play? Mac will play if Cam Newton's injured. That's what it's going to be for Cam Newton, but we have an update here.
The original 6 doubled with expansion. The 9th expansion draft in NHL history. The second in 20 years. 8 picks have been revealed. We shift now to the
8 whole
Metropolitan
picks.
Division and
Oh,
continue
here
down
comes
to
the Metropolitan Division.
Carolina Panthers up next.
The Carolina Panthers. Oh,
Out
Jesus.
of the audience with some special guests and a very inspiring
Dude,
group.
it's not the Carolina Panthers.
With Chanel
You-
Keenan from the Kraken, as well as members of the Washington Wild from the Western Washington Female Hockey Association. Hey, guys. And the Wild are here as part of the Kraken's Hockey is for Everyone initiative. And Chanel, can you tell us about your role and about why the Wild are such a great story?
The Wild are a great idea of making sure that hockey is for everyone, and starting at the youth level, we believe that all girls, all genders should be playing the sport of hockey.
I'm guessing this girl's going to announce the
Great to
pick.
have you guys here, and are you guys ready to help us make the next?
Yep, that's what I figured. This looks like it's going to be the
Seattle Kraken select Morgan Geekie.
Morgan Geekie is the pick from the Carolina Panthers.
Morgan Geekie,
The Carolina Panthers. Jesus Christ. Morgan Geekie's not a bad player. I would have picked Niederreiter for the most part. That and also like Jake Bean was a big one. But I can understand why they picked Geekie. I guess Francis has a lot of inside information because he was, he picked Geekie. He picked Bean. Maybe he liked Geekie better. Like, they still have upside, especially like Geekie could probably be middle six, and I think he'll be absolutely fine in that regard.
You get a chance to draft the same player twice, so we have that distinction. Now that's in Columbus.
Yep, here comes Columbus.
They're going to be very busy on Friday. They have 3 first-round picks. Number 5, number 28, and number 32. And
This has to be a trade.
Of players struggling again. So let's see who the Blue Jackets contribute to the Kraken franchise. Ron?
From the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Seattle Kraken select Gavin Bay Rutherford.
Yeah, Gavin Bay Rutherford. This has to be a trade. Has to be a trade. Cousin of Ben Lovejoy. I didn't know that.
With Texas, also a alum of St. Lawrence University, where he was a very prolific defensive scorer as well. Time now for the struggling New Jersey Devils. This is the playoffs. 8 of the last
Was there a
9.
trade?
You keep pointing this out. I don't mean to just. Again, these are facts. Defensive issues.
Was there a trade, or are they announcing them later? Like, what's the deal here?
First-round picks. But let's see who the Devils contribute to this brand new franchise. Back to Kevin, who's motoring around Seattle. Kevin, where are you now?
We're back here at the iconic Pike Place in Seattle. Now, of course, this is more than just catching and throwing fish. We've got jewelry here. We've got flowers. We have over 200 craftspeople, and we're here at the Leatherworks station with Liberty Bracken. Liberty, I see you rocking the Kraken hat. Tell us your thoughts on the logo.
I think it's beautiful and encompasses the city of Seattle really well.
To that end, the Seattle Kraken select from the New Jersey
Here we go.
Devils. Forward, Nathan Bastian.
Yeah, Bastion's the pick, as I figured he would be. It's just it seems like the kind of guy there. We'll definitely see how this blog's doing in the meantime.
He can play all 3 forward positions. He's a young.
Yeah, Lauzon, Vegas, booed. It's like, is there anything going on right now, or is it just like?
Solid contributor. You go back to the last 120 NHL games.
Yeah, they've already announced the stuff. Yeah, it says Gavin Bay Rutherford.
Shift now to the 2
Geeky, Chris Fowler going off about the Leafs. It's like.
The big board here. Islanders made a strong playoff push, 3rd round again. Second fewest goals allowed. They don't have a first-round pick on Friday. Lou Lamoriello, interesting offseason, maybe looking to make a big splash in the free agent market. Interesting choices of the guys he left unprotected, too. So we'll get to that in a second. But to announce, or at least to set up the pick, a Long Island native and a legend here, Sue Bird from the Seattle WNBA franchise. She's about to represent Team USA in Tokyo, her 5th Olympics. And she's going to be one of the flag bearers. She could not be here with us in person, but Sue, take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Sue Bird, the point guard for the Seattle Storm. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there for the
Here we go.
draft today, but you're definitely in good hands. First of all, let's go Kraken. Second of all, Ron, tell us who your pick is for my hometown team, the New York Islanders.
Okay, Sue, from the New York Islanders, the Seattle Kraken select Jordan Eberle.
Yep, Eberle's your pick there.
Please welcome
I figured.
the newest member of the Seattle Kraken,
Top up.
Jordan Eberle.
Oh, here comes Eberle, boasting the away jerseys. So he's probably going to be one of your faces of the franchise right now.
This is the debut of the new Kraken.
Looks like the leaks are true, so I'm just going to update these as is.
How does it feel to walk out to this energy? I mean, it's got to be a unique experience for a player. You can find you're on Long Island.
Brandon
And seeing all your new fans.
Yeah, it's an amazing turnout to everyone here in the boats. This is really the first time for me in Seattle other than junior, but to see the passion here, the fans. Obviously, very, very excited.
Here we go. We updated this in the meantime. I'll keep going with a couple super chats in the meantime, though. Brandon Davis for 5. Do you actually believe John Quenneville is the pick from the Hawks? Makes no sense to me. Yeah, I agree. Like
you said, you don't give them an opportunity to be part of a new franchise, and
seems like yeah, they're not announcing any trades yet, unless like but I mean, considering the leaks have been true so far, it looks like it is correct. Ben Wise for 5. Hey, you tree. Big fan. Reaction to the Giants. Are you surprised? Love your content. San Francisco Giants, like it's crazy. Like I did not expect this at all. Francisco Ruiz for 5. Hey, tree. Just wanted to say hi. Been watching you a long time. Thanks for providing some hockey content. You, Dangle, and Shannon are my go-tos. Definitely, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, looks like we got another pick to be announced. Maltrob 26. No, you're not a big NBA fan, but did you at least watch the Giannis show last night? That was something else. I watched a little bit of it. It was really good. But, yeah, I mean, Giannis had his coming out party as elite that year. It really did. It was good.
It makes you kind of know what players like Jordan are going through.
Exactly. I found out on a flight home 3 days after we won the championship. So this is a little bit different. This is absolutely insane. You guys are crazy. I hope that these players understand what they're getting themselves into because this is a special place.
When you come in to a team where everybody is new, it's
well, looks like we got an update here from C. Kendall. So I figured they'd announce the trades like during the draft because it's like the Kraken's time. But like, I mean, they'll probably announce it tomorrow morning and there'll be some surprises there. But for the most part, it's just like you think there'd be some like more hook to this besides that. Well, that's just me.
Just like the Sounders.
You heard Brad. All right, ready to announce.
Up here comes the pick.
From the New York Rangers.
From the New York Rangers, the Seattle Kraken select Colin Blackwell.
Colin Blackwell, as it is figured, decent middle six guy, probably bottom six right there. That's really roughly about that, but like I pretty much had already updated it for this point, so I might as well like. Yeah, I mean, they're trying their attempts at humor. It's just not working. Like, it is not working for the football market. I feel like it's just kind of dismissive in that regard. It's just
Yeah, and Blackwell's one of these guys that has to prove himself over and over, and here's another chance to continue to do that.
It is what it is. Like, I thought this would be a little more enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wish it was more entertaining for you. I really do. Well, let's keep going here. In the meantime, Maltrob, 26. No, I'm sorry. I already mentioned this about the Giannis show. Tyler Reddy for 5. Do you think Taylor Hall stays in Boston? I think so. I think he does because I think he likes Boston unless like they give him like a big someone gives him big contracts to anyone else. It is what it is. Also, do you think the Bruins get a cup before Bergeron and Marchand retire? Unfortunately, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they're doing the home opener. It looks like it's in Vegas. Yeah, they're doing more updates in the meantime. Like, they are really stretching this out. I think they tried to do something better, and it's just like it is not working. Rukyo Kune Ayazawa for 25. All in favor of Tree being in a bar down quiz, say aye. I don't think I've ever really been on bar down, or I've never really seen bar down, but I mean, we'll see on that. Maybe. Kelly Malloy for 5. Thank you, brother. Dylan Philpont for 2. Taking out the trash at work. Have to hear Yinzer. I mean, this expansion draft is turning into trash, unfortunately. It's a bummer. Blake F for 5 or 549 Canadian. Yo, Tree, thank you for helping me through bad times, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Liam Castleman for 10. League sucks, but love all your content. Tree Devils will have at least one defenseman next year. Yeah. Ryan Graves, who you can argue near single-handedly blew the series against Vegas. So, I mean, he's an upgrade, but you're going to have some issues with free agents too. Still rebuilding. There's not much you can really do. Benjamin Farias for 5. I've never been a hockey fan before, but I'm excited to follow the Kraken because I follow all Seattle sports. Do that hockey. Yep. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. They should be an interesting team next year. Once again, there is a lot more to do. It's not just this expansion draft, so I'm going to wait and see how it goes in the meantime. Looking a bit iffy, but considering there are no trades to announce yet, That's going to be the thing. Steel and Steam Productions for 2. The Sharks give me the sad please end Jones. No, they're not taking Jones. I'm sorry. Jones is going to be stuck in San Jose unless he gets bought out. Kelly Malloy for 2. Tree, any plans for another Days of Our Steelers? Dude, if I have to do that again, I'm going to die. I'm sorry, Kelly. I hate Days of Our Steelers. Ian's Dalius for 5. Bolts fan here. Hate that we're losing. Gordy scored the shorthanded goal in Game 7 against the Isles. Yep, he did. At least Chris Fowler already does better than NBC. I feel like he's just he's getting pushed by ESPN to push a humor element. But, I mean, we all know Toronto sucks. We all know Buffalo sucks. They're just trying to do it to get new fans in, and it's just I don't know. I feel like they're trying to I don't know how to explain it. They're kind of being, patronizing. It's just rough. I mean, maybe it works for rookie fans who don't know much about the game of hockey, but it's not working. They need to change it. They really do. It's a little rough right now. But maybe that will come with time. Maybe they'll change it as is because they're already coming off that NBA hangover at the same time. So we'll see how that does in the meantime. We'll know that the NHL is for real when Stephen A. Smith talks about it on First Take and has really uninformed shit about it because he doesn't follow hockey. Then you'll figure it out. Evan Richard for 10. Too bad the Sabres protected Eichel. He could have been free from the hellhole that is Buffalo. No, that's not happening, unfortunately. Jonathan Bordeaux for 5. If Seattle makes the Cup Finals in 3 to 4 years, Canada will demand to change the draft rules. Yes. They'll force them to hand Toronto the Cup. I know that's how it's going to be. Nintendo Wii for 5. Devils fan here. Hate that we're losing Bastion. He was a keystone on the 4th line. Do you think Fitz will make any splashes this offseason? I say they go for defensive help. I think that's going to be their issue right now. Maybe an experienced forward to replace Palmieri. But for the most part, I think they play it safe and conservative for the meantime. Jay Rivers for $2, best NHL player you saw play while at an NHL game. Probably Prime Lemieux. Past Prime Lemieux, but he was still really good. But it looks like we are unfortunately back to this presentation.
Kraken fans soaking up the sun. Moving along now. Next up, the contribution to this roster from the Philadelphia.
Yep, here come the Philadelphia Flyers pick.
For a deep Flyers playoff run. Trying to shore up the defense. Number one priority in the offseason, shore up the defense.
No shit. You think shoring up the defense is going to be the problem? Yeah, exactly. Because they can't develop shit.
Which will help. Kevin is at the Space Needle, which will turn 60 years old next year. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. No. 1962 is a very good year. Kevin.
I'm going to highlight this one because I like what he's saying about Pittsburgh. Penn Brewery is a really good brewery. I've never been to Maneo's, Fiore's. I've never been. But, Penn Brewery, definitely recommend if you're ever in Pittsburgh. Traditional German brews, good German food. Definitely recommend there.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. It's a gorgeous day up here at the top. Of course, the most commanding views of the Seattle skyline, the Seattle waterfront down below that with the Washington State ferries, and, of course, the home waters of the Kraken.
Yeah, this is like a tourism ad for Seattle. It's like a half tourism ad, half forced humor. It's just, it does not work.
Paul, what's up? Nice to meet you, man. Pleasure meeting you. Well, I understand that Paul has a question that he wants to ask of General Manager Ron Francis. Paul, go ahead.
Hey, Ron, who are we picking from the Flyers?
The Philadelphia Flyers, the Seattle Kraken select Carson Twarynski.
Yeah, that was a bad seed. They're trying everything. They're trying to throw darts at a billboard, and it is just not working.
He has size, can skate, and has the ability to develop into an asset for Ron Francis and this Kraken team down the road.
Impressive work on the internet. You've had to go to work.
Hold on.
Next up are the Pittsburgh Penguins, but we have
here come the Penguins.
An absolute legend to the stage to help us make this pick. A Hockey Hall of Famer, an Olympic gold medalist, a gold medalist in the World Championships.
Yep.
Part of the esteemed Granado hockey clan.
Cammy Granado.
Scout for the Seattle Kraken, Cammy Granado. Cammy, welcome. I mean, we appreciate you taking time. This has to be an incredibly busy last couple of weeks. The Kraken, the number 2 pick on Friday night, so the whole scouting staff hard at work still.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Last couple of weeks because we knew it was so close, and we worked a couple of years on this. So this day has come. It's pretty amazing to look out at this crowd, and just really proud to be a part of it.
You're also a pioneer. There are no other full-time female scouts in professional sports. So congratulations to the Kraken organization and to you for earning that right.
Thank you very much. I hope there's more to come after this. So.
I think it's symbolic. What Ron and the Brain Trust has done is assemble a really interesting core group of people to evaluate players. And there's a lot of diverse backgrounds, a lot of young people who crunch those numbers, even talking about an interesting group.
It is, and I think that's the thing that the ownership, Ron, and all our staff has done to keep inclusion and diversity in mind from the beginning. And it's laid such a strong foundation for our team. I feel privileged to be a part of such a great organization already.
You should be.
Yeah.
All right, let's announce the contribution from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
From the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Seattle Kraken select Brandon Tanev. And
there it is, Brandon Tanev.
Brandon is here with us
And you saw me tweet right there, so wasn't that wonderful? But I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to miss Brandon Tanev. I'm surprised I've been saying this after I flipped out over his contract. I mean, still is a bad contract for what it is, but he is a very unique player. You're going to like him, Seattle. You really are. But that contract can get rough, especially if his game ages. I don't think it's going to age well, but for what he is right now, he's not bad. He's good for a bottom six agitator, like good energy guy, great on the penalty kill. Thank you, Iron Sheik. We definitely can digitally go fuck ourselves. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, Brandon's I promise you, this guy will be one of your fan favorites. He gets everything.
But we'll keep going here. Steel and Steam Productions for 5. The Sharks give me the sad. Why can't they just end Jones? Nope, they can't end Jones. They will never end Jones. They will never, ever end Jones. Viewer newest for 50. I didn't even see this earlier. Thank you very much, man. So Edmonton loses Clefbaum and Larson, and their replacement is over the hill Duncan Keith. Have the Fire Hall and thread started? Could the Red Wings have a better defense than the Oilers? Maybe. And yeah, that Brandon Tanev pick just looks terrible. It's like, he just looks like he's a deer in headlights in that pick. It is just so bad. I'm sorry, man. I am just so sorry. It's
I'm sticking with that one all the way.
Was that your reaction when you heard about the Kraken selection?
Yeah, now they're making jokes about the picture too. It's like, look, I can make these ham-fisted jokes because nobody expects anything out of me. With ESPN, it's just rough.
You certainly have ham fists.
Oh, you definitely have ham fist. You agree with that? Oh, look at this guy. It's some random guest who randomly popped up. Are you cringing as much as I am at this broadcast?
I was out. I have not heard any picks yet, but
they're all leaked.
Oh, really? That's bullshit.
Yeah, they all got leaked this afternoon. So Vitek Vanacek is the goalie pick from the Washington Capitals.
Did they take Price?
No, they did not take Price. I have the bottom scrolling right now. Like, it's unfortunately all picked. Quick thing, Dayton, I have the pick scrolling on the bottom of the link. So, like, everything that has been picked so far is going to go through there.
How'd you do that?
What?
How'd you figure out that scroll thingy?
Banners. I was kind of experimenting with it earlier.
So
that's
you can
what
do
I
that
did. Yeah, but the problem is you have to, like, hide it and then redo it for a ticker. So that's the thing I'm doing. So I kind of played around with it before.
Oh,
the only problem is, like, I mean, I feel like I wish someone else were, like, helping me out with this. That's the only thing, but it is what it is. I mean,
okay, so like I'm looking at the pick. So they took Mark Giordano.
Yep, they did pick Giordano. They unfortunately have all the picks already lined up. Like,
yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, Drieger, like Twarynski, Tanev. Oleg. They said he already come to terms when he found out Carey Price was left unprotected.
I'm seeing
Colin Blackwell was the pick from the Rangers.
Who's
Cale
that?
Fleury, Jordan Blackwell, or Colin Blackwell.
Oh, yeah. I knew that was happening when they signed him to a 1 year.
Yeah. Well, it was either him or Julien Gauthier. So.
Yeah, and when they signed Gauthier, I knew that Blackwell was gone. And then they took Tanev, which is hilarious. Are there any trades?
There are apparently no side deals announced, but Morgan Geekie was the pick from Carolina. Gavin Bay Rutherford was from Columbus. Jared McCann was the pick from Toronto. Yanni Gourde was from Tampa.
Yep.
Joey DeCord was from Ottawa. Chris Drieger, obviously, and then a couple defensemen early on. And Dennis Chalowski, Jeremy Lauzon, and Will Borden. So those are your picks right now.
I guess they didn't want to start the franchise off owing someone $11 million.
Yeah. Edmonton's getting hit pretty bad, but like the leaks have been true so far, unfortunately.
That sounds like a smoke-filled room type of deal where they were like, hey, you can leave Price unprotected because we're not going to take him. Like that smells bad. Smells fishy.
Well, but we'll see. Apparently, they're not announcing the trades yet, which is kind of weird because like there's no other reason why it would take Gavin Bay Rutherford unless there was like a legit trade. But,
didn't some scorned TSN employee leak all the picks?
Well, there was a guy named Frank Saravelli who got fired, but he was the guy who leaked them this afternoon. Because I was like on Twitter like randomly, and like I just found out about Adam Larson. It's like that's where all the picks got leaked, and I couldn't avoid it. It's just like, are you kidding me?
What a piece of shit! Like he didn't just stop ESPN, who should fucking lick balls.
Well,
anyway.
ESPN's broadcast right now is pretty bad. Like it's a lot of forced bullshit.
But he cost people like you from eating on this.
It's not even eating. I don't care. Like, I'm actually getting more, like, people watching than I thought I would have. But, like, it's just, like, I mean, it destroys the suspense. It's just, like...
It's a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. What's his name? Cervelli?
Frank Saravelli.
Frank?
I mean, unless, like, it was legit. Like, there was also Pierre LeBrun was kind of leaking it, too, so...
Well, he had no choice, right? After,
well,
I need to find the guy, and then I will let him fucking know he's a piece of shit. Anyways, look at that face.
Yep, Brandon
Tanev.
Well, there are already people bitching about ESPN. This is probably going to be bitching, isn't it?
Have you
ESPN correspondents? Giannis.
Oh,
Shaq.
by the way, Maria Taylor's leaving ESPN.
Yep, Maria Taylor has left ESPN. It's already there.
Yeah. Have you? Well, have you previewed the roster yet? I mean,
I did a mock draft earlier.
Okay, how close were you on that?
I missed a beat. Appears the home opener details now.
Is the day to put in your calendars.
October 23rd.
The opponent to be, if you could
Probably Vegas. Probably Vegas. Has to be Vegas. Vegas or Vancouver.
They're going to like the answer. The first ever Kraken opponent here in Seattle with the building rocking will be the Vancouver Canucks.
Figured.
Oh.
Vegas or Vancouver.
Wow, the local. I mean, it's just a 45-minute drive. From
It's
there,
a rivalry.
Right? Yeah. Forced rivalry.
Well, I mean, it technically is a rivalry. Seattle and Vancouver is pretty intense.
I'm looking at this roster, and it's a pretty good roster. I mean, they've got a nice mix of
and there's a lot of
veterans.
versatility in it.
Yeah. Some younger talent, and then they get a pick in the draft, too, right? They get a bunch of picks.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we haven't announced trades yet, but you have to consider cap space is the biggest asset of Seattle right now. So... that in that regard, like they're probably going to be busy in free agency. I mean, this isn't the final roster. There's also probably going to be like apparently there was a trade moratorium that ends like in the morning, so we'll probably get some announcements like okay, a couple X got played, but oh yeah, ESPN also called the Carolina Hurricanes the Carolina Panthers. So yeah, they called them.
Dude, I like their defense already. Look, they've got Giordano.
Yeah, Giordano for
Larson.
A year.
That's
Adam,
a good one.
Adam
too.
Larson they picked.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one too, right off the bat. I mean, Giordano's old, but still, if he's anything serviceable, like he's going to be good for their first year. I think this could be an above 500 team, just from a cursory look with this pick.
Yep. And the pick from Arizona is Tyler Pitlik, which I mean, I'd rather have like a Michael Bunting or a Christian Fisher, but I mean, you can take it or leave it. I feel like.
Yeah. It sucks that all these picks have been released because there's just no suspense whatsoever. It feels like a hand job from your longtime girlfriend of 20 years.
If all the picks are released, like I might as well just like leak them myself because I'm such like a bad guy. But
I mean, I just Googled 1 second and I found all the picks. Like literally.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, but it's good for the show to keep going because then you can critique each pick, I guess. I mean,
like I was gonna do it regardless. So Looks like we got another celebrity coming in.
Oh, who we got?
Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Oh, the glove.
Yep.
Do you think Kevin Durant will show up?
I don't know.
That hockey players are. You guys are in that camp too?
No, absolutely. I think I started watching.
Yeah, it looks like Chicago's pick, which is just like came out of left field.
No.
I'm gonna move this over real quick.
Okay, move it over. Oh yeah, you got all the picks here, so we know what's happening.
Yeah, they're fast. As we do on the court, we cross guys over.
Which is gotta be yes.
He's trying to make a basketball reference on a
These guys
hockey
do the same thing
screen.
with their own ice, so I think it's just as hard. So I got a lot of respect for the hockey guys. It takes a lot of talent, a lot of struggle.
It does.
But I think we're gonna have a good team this year.
Hell yeah.
Gary, you're a huge hockey guy.
Yeah, you know.
Lakers legend Gary Payton.
I'm in Vegas, so I got the Knights. Then I got the San Jose Sharks. But now I got the Kraken.
You're gonna make some friends there.
You know, that's my home team now, so that's what it's gonna be.
You're such a big fan, you can have 3 teams.
Yeah, hey, why not? The more the merrier. It depends on which year, which one's doing well, right?
Well, no, it's the Krakens now. That's all it's gonna be now. I ain't doing nothing else. You know, them the teams I've been watching, but now this is the team I'm going to be watching all the time and be right here.
So your defensive skills, you were always known as the glove. I mean, what the goaltender would have been your natural position had you?
Yeah, I've been gloving all them pucks. They wouldn't have been nothing going by me. You know what I'm saying? I would have did it all.
You guys ready? You got 2 very important picks to announce, beginning with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep, here we
go.
go.
I'm going to do that one. But let's get hype first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez.
That's what we're talking about.
Let's get hype on this leaked pick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Stand up. From the Chicago Blackhawks, the Seattle Kraken select John Quenneville.
I don't think they even know who John Quenneville is. Like, is that Coach Q's kid? No, I don't think they're related.
That's not Joel Quenneville's son.
Oh, it's the second cousin.
Oh,
so related, but not.
Oh. Huh. Hockey royalty right there.
In a way,
Chicago.
yes.
So much talent, they couldn't leave everybody protected. So who's going to be a new member of the Kraken and disappoint some Avalanche fans?
Oh, man. We took Jonas Dinskali.
Dunskowie. Oh no! You can't even pronounce Dunskowie.
No. This is funnier than the pick. Dunskowie.
Dunskowie.
I mean, look, I mispronounce things all the time, but come on, Jonas Donskoy.
It might be another one of those picks that the analytics played a key role. Donskoy had a plus 15 goal differential at 5-on-5, Chris. That was good for 3rd on the team behind superstars Rantanen and McKinnon. So Donskoy is the real deal, folks.
Oh, yes. I mean, Avalanche will be sorry to see it. You guys have been
Jonas Dunskowie.
Jonas Dunskowie.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna isolate
Jonas
a lot of this.
Donskoy, man. Come on.
During
Like,
every
that's
podcast, we got to call him Dunskoy.
Dunskowie.
Did they?
That is just so bad.
Did they not even want to spell it phonetically on there for him? Like, come on, don't. So they didn't take Landeskog, which is surprising.
No, well, Landeskog's a UFA. He apparently wants $10 million a year.
Oh, fuck that. He's not worth $10 million a year.
Hold on.
I mean, he was great in the playoffs. I'll give him that.
Jamie Oleksiak.
But
big rig for Dallas.
Some bottom tier team will pay him that money.
Oh yeah. Well, St. Louis apparently is rumored. So.
Oh, watch out for the DMCA though. You don't want to get that copyright claim for the music.
Wear a brand new jersey and walk out and see new fans. We're getting a standing ovation. I think there's just a holdover from Gary and Sean, but they're on their feet for it.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to like lower it.
So
don't worry. I'm just doing it so I can just announce the picks.
So Eberle did not get taken? No, he did from the Islanders. Oh, that sucks. This is going to be a good team, man. I'm telling you. I don't know if they're finals ready, but they're going to be over 500 for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's gonna take some time though.
Yeah.
But there we go. I updated it now because I feel like all the picks have been technically released. So everything is now going to be under low with the correct pronunciation of Jonas Donskoy. What the fuck? Jonas Donskoy. Like that made my night. Thank you, Sean Kemp. Dude, that was brilliant. Brilliant. Jonas Donskoy.
Watch him say Gary Piton as retaliation.
At least you didn't have to pronounce Joseph Korsanash. Dear God.
Or
like Joseph Korinar. What?
Nikolai Habibulin. What's the toughest name in the NHL?
Joseph Korsanash is one. Paul Shahara, when he was in the NHL, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Paul Shahara.
For me, Thomas Plekanec was really tough. That took practice. Yeah. Because the way it's Sven Butensson is what.
And Minnesota's pick got announced. It's Carson Soucy.
Rasmus Ristolainen. That's pretty tough to say.
Ristolainen?
Yeah,
Leinen,
for me.
Ristolainen, dude.
Yeah, see? Exactly. You've proven my point.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. What's another name that I always
Borowiecki is one I've mentioned too. Yeah, so Luke V definitely. Stanislav Neksash, yeah, that was one I hated for a long time. I thought it was just Nekar.
Henry Yukari. Yeah, see, I'm not even doing that one. Mike Smith, that one was tough.
Mike Smith, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Henrik Lundqvist. Dustin Bufflin was tough too.
That's an old name. Dan Vogt.
What about Per
Legendary name. Jared Hughes, maybe. Here's Dave Hackstall, which is like
Cal Clutterbuck. That sounds like a porn star's name.
Calvin Clusterfuck. Well, we'll keep going here.
Miami.
Tyler Kane, 2012. Do you think Tarasenko gets picked? If not, where does he play next year? Unfortunately, he's not, if these leaks are true. But they're they're trying to make this a show, and it's just not working.
Hockenlube. That was a great one.
Hockenlube, yeah.
Hockenlube.
Dude, he was a fucking legend. I wish I could have seen him play.
Yeah.
He was really good.
I remember he was on my most unfortunate names in hockey.
Hockenlube.
Yep.
That sounds like an oil change center. 10-minute oil change. Hockenlube.
Gosh, what was that other one? There was a goalie. Pete
Peters.
No.
Pokey Reddick.
Pokey Reddick, yes.
Eldon Pokey Reddick.
Yep. Pokey Reddick. Yep. That's a great classic name.
But Tarasenko, if he plays, rumors Philadelphia maybe. I can see them doing. Mr. Yes, will Seattle pick Big Z? Zdeno Chara? No, unfortunately not. Will Evans for £2 heard rumors of a Rangers trade love from England. What do you think the Rangers trade is, Five?
What do you mean? Who we're going to trade somebody?
Yeah, I mean, like apparently Jack Eichel might be on the table. Like the moratorium ends tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot of noise made in the next week or so.
Are you going to do a stream for that?
Maybe for free agency. I'm going to be away, but I'm going to see if I can try. I'll probably do it later because last year the tampering period was off. So it was a really slow start. So I might do it later if that's the case.
I don't know I don't like predicting. Like if they pick up Eichel, I'm not going to be too happy with that because of all.
It depends who you pay.
Right, because I know it's going to come at the cost of like Kakko or somebody, like someone who I like as a forward, who I am starting to get enamored with, who's been developing, hasn't had a full season yet to develop, and who I think has more upside, honestly, than Eichel. I really believe that. Y'all could be clowning me for that take, but I don't feel that Eichel is just like another, like it creates sort of you got Zibanejad there. You have, I mean, yeah, sure, we need a center, but I don't think he's the right guy. But I could be wrong. You need Lafreniere and you need Kakko to develop into two top.
See, I'm not crazy about Kakko. Like, I'm just not. I don't think he's developed as much. And you could be able to afford him because you have Lafreniere, you have like wing depth. So I think you're okay there.
I'm not hating on Jack Eichel. He's a great player, but he is a better player than Kakko. But I just see I like upside sometimes, and in this case, I would like to see the Rangers make a deep, build a long-term team. Yeah, obviously, yeah, one cup. I'll take one cup. But I don't know if Eichel's that guy, but who knows? Like I said, I don't like to speculate. I don't like to guess. If they bring in Eichel, but it could be great. But it all matters between the blue lines. And we need
look at the Carolina Panthers Twitter right now. What the fuck?
What? Let me go.
Look at my feed.
Oh, they changed it to the. That is hilarious. That is the best Twitter account. Hold on.
No, it's not the Hurricanes. It's the actual Carolina Panthers.
Oh, no, the Hurricanes have a better. Oh, I thought that they just changed their colors.
Yeah,
I think the Panthers should change the Hurricanes should change their name to the Panthers.
Why does financing education have to be so
complicated?
So if I can help make
Excellent trolling.
Get a student loan with no fees.
Well, it's gold. I prefer it like that.
Yes. Excellent. Big Carolina Panthers stands.
Big dick energy. Big dick energy. Let's look at the Hurricanes Twitter real quick.
Oh, the Hurricanes is even funnier.
We'll see.
Go look at it.
It's just a cheap ass Panther. Somebody just drew that in like 5 minutes, and it actually did better than me. Which player are you sending to Seattle Canes?
Already got 1.2K retweets on that one. Mm-hmm. Now what are they doing? Is it a giant circle jerk here on the ESPN broadcast?
Well, not yet. It's just like a half-assed promotion of Seattle. Yeah, it's just they're trying to make this like the NFL draft. I thought it was a good idea, but it's just not working.
Yeah, it's not. Are they pledging to the climate? That's what they should do.
Gary Bettman called it Climate Change Arena.
Everyone is fucking up tonight. We got Jonas Donskoi.
Jonas Dunskui.
Dunskui. Climate Change Arena. All right, hold on.
Oh, Nashville's
I got a tweet. Summary of ESPN expansion.
I've just been shit posting at the same time. So I'm sorry. I wish this were more entertaining. There's just nothing here.
No, it's plenty entertaining.
I checked Kane's Twitter, dude. Oh, here's Marshawn.
I just believe that since it's really a real physical sport, I think they just got to go out there and put a real physical presence. You feel me though, early and often. And I mean, that just to show them like the Seattle style of play.
Yep.
And I think they'd be all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right. Hey, listen, that makes perfect sense to me. And I'm sure it does to you great fans at home too. With that being said, Seattle Kraken select from the Nashville Predators. Marshawn, take it away.
You see, so with this the first pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the first pick, we're going with the boy.
Who's on screen?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
He didn't even bother saying the last name.
Oh, it's Marshawn.
Oh, no, Callie Yarncrook. Oh, he finally said it, but yeah. Yarncrook.
So Marshawn Lynch, he should have ran the ball.
Tap in with me and let me know how to do it the right way, big dog.
But yeah, it's
he didn't get fined.
That's what I thought. I thought he was just here not to get fined. But Yeah, it's Kelly Yarncroke's a good pick. I like him as like a middle six option. He was one of Nashville's better players. I personally would have picked Yakov Trenin because I like their youth, especially in the second half. But Yarncroke really had a strong second half, so I think he'll do well. Like Seattle really pushed for versatility in their lineup, I feel like.
Yeah, they could be just top heavy. But
I mean, it's more like rounded. Like they're trying to go 4 lines, I feel like. But I feel like once again, this is not done. I think there's more to do.
Yeah. There's going to be trades. There's going to be draft pick. That's the thing with Vegas. Like their strength really was post the expansion draft, but they got gifted a number 1.
Well,
goalie.
they had all the trades announced beforehand, and I think that helped them out a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that Alexiak contract is also there. Like it's 4.6 for like 5 years, which is like, But
I like the Eberle pickup though. Eberle has been a solid pro for a while, and I would love Eberle on the Rangers. Honestly, I think he's a good depth player.
I think you got this one. I hope so. Ready? Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. They're ready.
All right. From the St. Louis Blues to Seattle Split, Vince Dunn.
Vince Dunn, good pick.
Very good pick.
This is like the everyone said Tarasenko. I don't agree with that. I think you get more in like value for Dunn because younger, cost controlled, good stuff there. So keep going. Oh, go ahead, man.
No. Are you required to take somebody from every team? Like you can't
except Vegas.
Oh,
you have to take one per team though. Which is kind of BS.
Well, I guess that's good because then you can't rate a team for like 4 of their picks, right? Like 4 of their unprotected. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You can only pick one.
Yep.
But a lot of
Winnipeg
times
Winnipeg just released their pick, Mason Appleton.
Yeah. But a lot of times they just pick someone to trade them, right? Or
yeah, a little bit too. We'll see. But Mason Appleton, I think, sticks around. Once again, middle 6 guy, more a winger. I would have picked DeMello, to be completely honest with you, because I think he would have been great as the third pairing guy. But Appleton's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, but apparently Frank Saravelli is in my recommended feed for the Twitters. He is. Let's see how much he's getting dunked right now.
Yeah.
Because this is the guy that ruined everything.
Oh,
DailyFaceoff.com. Zach Hyman, the birth of Seattle Kraken, buckle up. And this is immediately after he leaked every fucking selection. Like 3, 4, 5. Like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Before they muzzled him, right?
Yeah, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
This is 9 hours ago.
Yeah, like 16 stuff. Yeah, this is like, he just like, fuck it. I'm releasing everything. I don't give a shit. It's like happy back day. It's like, they're doing 100 minutes and then he's announcing everything. It's like, whatever, dude.
I hope he gets sued. He just fucking sucks.
Fucking journalist, man. First, Rachel Nichols is off saying, how does it feel to lose? It's like, what do you think? It's the most brutal loss of his career. He might not come back here again. What the fuck do you think he feels about it?
Like, and if he were to react like how a normal person would react, like if he were to cuss her out, he would be the bad guy, right? Like, why can't you answer a question? You know, like she's just trying to be like, but no, Rachel, like he handled that perfectly. Honestly, I have to give him credit for not just being like, how the fuck do you think it feels? Like that's how I would have been.
I mean, that's how I would have been too. It's like, oh, by the way, how's it feel to lose your job to somebody you feel inferior to?
Right.
He would have done that. That would have been, yeah, I'd say that's deserved.
I've never been a fan of Rachel Nichols. I'm
not a fan of like any of them because they don't really drive people there.
She's not like likable.
Like Rachel Nichols, nobody watches to see Rachel Nichols or Maria Taylor or anything like that.
No.
People watch to see like the sports Stephen A. Smith maybe, but nobody else. But Hayden Fleury is the pick from Anaheim, by the way.
You'd be surprised at how many people like Max Kellerman. Just because we don't hang around people that like those people, you'd be surprised at how many people like those people, is what I'm saying.
It is what it is, but I'll keep going here. Evan Richard for 5. Sabres have more playoff series wins than Toronto since 2004, and they haven't been there since 2010. Yep. I mean, they're shitting on the Leafs. Terminal Sports for 2. David Stern is hell-bent on NBA returning to Seattle. Dude, David Stern is dead. It's Adam Silver, but you would be correct, yes.
Yeah.
Anton Riley for 5. 1 fish, 2 fish, dead fish, blue fish, so much fish being thrown, ESPN shake my head. Yeah, they're trying to like make it a tourism video for Seattle, and it's not working. And the Crusader for 5 with another bad idea. Bring in Stephen A to save this atrocious broadcast. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Stephen A wouldn't even know a hockey puck from just a vulcanized rubber.
Be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, Jonas Donskui. I seen him play. Mm-hmm. That's my Stephen A. Smith. Disrespectful.
Yeah, we're gonna get the initial on the back of that jersey.
He needs to stay off the weed. That's
Stay
what's happening.
off the weed.
Charlie Tekua Petla for 10. What are your thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks situation? Like, has anything changed from that, or are they still trying to blow it up, like organizationally? Because it's kind of a mess. But
I don't know. They tried to go with all the Balkans in Dallas, and
but they're probably going to trade Tingus Pingus.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
The Knicks actually look smart. When they traded Porzingis, I was like, that's a terrible move. It's really dumb. But he's kind of proven right. They got rid of him, went to the playoffs, and he obviously went to the. I mean, Luka's a great player, but didn't do so well in the playoffs. That's a team that should be contending with what they have.
Pretty much.
Giannis was amazing last night.
He was strong. He was very strong.
Tom got to witness history.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's going to rub it in tomorrow, so his punishment isn't even a punishment.
His punishment is irrelevant now. That pisses me off.
He's just going to be like, and then like he's going to be all smug because he's like, oh boy, I bandwagoned the goddamn Milwaukee Bucks in the middle of their deepest playoff run. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
We got to call in the donations for another Grossi punishment. We got to make it.
It's not even that. No. It's a little too much of a push there. What's going to happen is like that branch is going to be so like ignited that they're going to punish the rest of us for it. That's what's going to happen there.
They are.
But we'll keep going here. Consume my milk for 10 Canadian. Thoughts on the Fred Warner signing? I think it's a great signing, to be honest with you.
Hey, that
definitely earned his paper.
Yeah. He's been one of the best linebackers in the league for a while. Like I think he deserved it for sure. I mean,
Absolutely.
And he's been quiet about it too. He's just been doing a good job. And San Francisco has a great defense because of him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Preds Bolts, you really didn't miss much. You just missed more ESPN trying to push Seattle tourism. That's all you missed. And that's fun. But I will in the meantime though, Billy Lyons for 5. Tree, I love your work. Thanks for doing the stream. What is the ceiling for my Rangers next year? 5, what do you think of the Rangers for next year?
I like their chances. Like you're gonna have a full year of Shesterkin. All they need is some blue line help. I think they make some couple moves in free agency. It all comes down to the development of their players, like Lafreniere and Zibanejad getting off to a good start. I think that they're a playoff team. I really believe that. I could be delusional. Like I said, if they add Eichel and they don't give up much for him, sure, great. They're instantly a better team, but they had a lot of trouble on the blue line last year, and keeping pucks out of the net was a problem. But if they shore that up, they could make some waves. I just need them to be a playoff team because this rebuild has been a long time. I mean, we're talking a 3-4 year.
It's only been 3 years.
Oh, come on, man. That's pain, though. You haven't had
baseball.
to
You're looking at 5 minimum, man.
When's the last time since Crosby has been
mid 2000s?
Yeah, I'm just saying
it's gonna happen soon. Be careful. But Vegas isn't getting anything taken from Seattle by Seattle, which is bullshit. In reality, like if they had someone taken, that pick would have immediately been Robin Lehner.
Yeah.
easily.
My thing is like I'm still upset that Gordon was let go when he was the guy who was supposed to oversee the rebuild.
It's
like that just
because
makes no
because
fucking
James
sense.
Dolan got impatient. That's why.
Whatever. Fuck that dude, James Dolan. Why is it if your name is Dolan, you're just a fucking suck? You're just terrible.
His kids are cheap asses.
I'm sure that you can all agree.
Eternal Blue for 5. I'm a Seattle sports fan, and I've never watched hockey outside of the Olympics, but after Seattle were announced, I want to get invested. Go K's. No, it's Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Yep. Now they're talking about like the yeah, it's like a hospital system now.
Oh, I think that they should have someone from the exclusion zone read the next pick. From the Seattle, the what was that called? Remember when they set up the zone, the autonomous zone? They should have an autonomous zone.
Chaz.
Yeah.
And also they have just picked Mark Giordano. So Calgary starts to dismantle their core, which they should be doing.
Or maybe Rain Phoenix should give the next pick.
Maybe. I can't even pronounce his name. It's all Japanese letters. I'm a 1-inch wonder. Get on my level, nerds. Yep.
That's right.
Next in Hero, 91 for 5. It's this expansion draft revealing Francis was indeed incompetent in this time in Raleigh. It depends if there's any trades. We'll see how this goes first. It's way too much time to go. Garrett for 5. I'm drunk. I'm not drinking tonight, so no beer for me.
Nah, we only drink during the draft.
Yeah, well, I mean, we drank during the NFL draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can rant about Najee Harris, and I can rant about.
I mean, it's also a Thursday, so it's easier. Wednesday nights, nah. Anton Riley for 5. The ESPN dude throwing too much shade is starting to go from charming to rude real quick. But it's like it's not even like rude. It's just like the basic shit everyone already knows. It's like just the cheap trash talk. Like if you want to bury him, go deep. Just say like if you want to bitch at Toronto, like talk about at least it's not TD Garden. That would have been creative, not just like, oh, Toronto sucks, they can't make the playoffs and win a series. It's like, yeah, we already know that. Thanks.
I wonder.
I know, David. I know it's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
The NFL draft is Thursday. That's why. Mets cast for 2. Do you think Seattle can do what Vegas has done? Maybe. I mean, Vegas had a lot of things go their way. So that's what you have to be careful of, though. Mark Blanton, thoughts on Texas and Oklahoma maybe joining the SEC? I said this earlier. Horns down.
No, that's a leverage thing. That's a leaked story to get the Big 12 to further concede things to Oklahoma and Texas. It's
stupid.
Yeah, it's posturing, and it's just saying they're pissed off that they didn't get something, and they're just like, all right, let's threaten joining the SEC. The Texas A&M will not let that happen. Okay, Missouri doesn't want that to happen. Schools in their region that already was smart enough to jump ship to the SEC will not let an entire conference just disband like that and take the 2 biggest draws from it. Big 12 has a great little scheme going on with those 2 schools, and they push everyone around. It's just posturing there.
Paul Costin for 5 Canadian. This team is looking worse than Vegas in 2017 with better people available. As I said, once again, we have to wait for the trades. And maybe they're looking to invest in free agency because cap space is going to be king for them.
You always got to have cap space.
Kyle Lewis is now announcing the next pick. They're bringing out all the Seattle guns.
Let's hear it.
Oh, no, they're just doing more questions. JD for 10. What's your take on the Caps taking some Samsonov over protecting Samsonov over VTech? VV had a great showing this year. I think Samsonov, they like him for his upside more. He's technically the starter. That's why they're protecting him. Richard Delgado for 5. Here's $5 from a Coyotes fan. Dude, I'm sorry, brother. Chicago made Punko 9. I'm out of touch with hockey. Will the Kraken be as good as the Knights? Love your content, Tree. Dude, it's too early to tell.
It's way too early.
Yeah, Adam Larson is the pick from Edmonton. No surprise. That was already leaked earlier. 4-year deal, $4 million a year, which is actually pretty good for Adam Larson for what he brings. Like a second pair defenseman, you're getting second pair money. So I think that's fair value.
That dude is smooth.
He's going to have to pay more than $4 million.
Yeah, I like
like
the way he
Edmonton
plays.
loses Clefbaum for next year. They lose Adam Larson. They did bring back Nugent Hopkins, but they overpaid for Duncan Keith. So Edmonton's kind of down bad.
Down way bad. No, I like Larson's game, man. He's got a smooth stick, and he's good on the back check, man. Like he's just a solid Swedish defender.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Mahias for 5. The reason why Howie Roseman is still GM because he has pictures of Jeffrey Lurie with Jeffrey Epstein at Little St. James Island.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's a little too far.
It's getting dark. I'm about to bolt though. I'm gonna let you take over the stream, but it was fun checking in with you. And Don Shkui was the highlight of the evening, and I'm just here so I won't get fined. All right, brother.
Definitely, man. Thanks for stopping by. That's 5 points, Vids. And you've just made it to the end of this segment because I'm just a cheesy motherfucker like that. Curtis McDermott is the pick from LA. But Curtis McDermott is like a third pairing, like physical guy. Ron Francis knew his dad, Paul. It's just like, like they're just like, it's like feels like it's more nepotism than anything. So we'll definitely see here. But we have 2 more picks, San Jose and Vancouver, and we unfortunately already know who they are. But let's I don't know if the Kraken are going to be as good as the Knights. It's too early to tell Chicago, to be honest with you. Owen Schnitzler for 5. Hey, Tree, do you think you'll do an Indian 73 years of failure like the Maple Leafs once the name change goes through? Thanks for the bids. Well, I mean, we'll see about that. But it looks like the Seattle Aquarium is new place. Oh, actually, they're going to announce the pick via Aquarium.
There are no sharks in this exhibit. However, we do have a shark that's about to become a Kraken.
That was really lame.
With that, the Seattle Kraken select from the San Jose Sharks
Alex Drew. There's your pick right there. But yeah, that's that was really corny. Like that's just that's lame. Alexander True's actually Danish. He's a cousin of Nikolai Ehlers. I did not know that. But yeah, like ESPN is trying way too hard to mix the Seattle angle. It is just not working.
Just one more team to contribute a player to this brand new franchise. The team that we talked about visiting Seattle for the home opener.
Oh, yep. Vancouver Canucks. Hold on, one more thing. One faded gunner for 15. How much do you bet they make the playoffs before the Sabres do? It's sad how quickly the Bills were rebuilt, and they continue to get worse every year. They're my team, but I can barely watch them, dude. Even ESPN, who knows nothing about hockey, is shit-talking them. It's But yeah, they're still like they're just like talking right now. Just kill this damn like show. It's
Let's please welcome to the safety ownership group, Jerry Bruckheimer, Dave Wright, and Andy Sepsi, folks.
Yep, here's the ownership group. They're kind of like a half-hearted cheer. They're kind of there.
I know you want to show your appreciation for the job that Ron Francis and his group have done in putting together this process.
But yeah,
the luckiest city in the world to have Ron Francis and his team.
yeah, you're not going to be saying that once you fire him, because that's what they always say. But Chris Fowler, I don't know why he's broadcasting. Probably because he was assigned it by ESPN.
We're so thrilled to be here for the fans, and these are the men who will make this franchise great. And we have great partners, Andy and David.
Like, if this is how they're trying to sell hockey in America, this is not going to work. Like, this is going to be bad. Oh, here comes a Vancouver pick.
With the last selection from the Vancouver Canucks, the Seattle Kraken select Cole Lind,
Poland, as I had figured he would be. 22 years old, young player, has upside. Vancouver really didn't have much, so yeah, like this was actually a bad broadcast, and I'm not even saying that because I'm biased. It's just been bad. Like I don't know how to say it. Like I really don't. I mean, this was like they were trying way too hard to be anything crazy, and it's just like it just did not work. And I mean, they were forcing way too much. Like it's just like hockey, you have to be just natural. Like that's all you have to be. Like it's just, like I get the Seattle narrative, but like they forced it way too much, and it's just like it just does not. Yep, the schedule reveal is tomorrow at 6 on ESPN, so I am probably not watching. But the NHL draft is on Friday on ESPN too, so I might watch that, but I'm not going to stream it. But that is the end of the NHL stream, and there have been no trades announced, which has me very concerned. I'm hoping the trades are announced tomorrow, if that. Tomorrow morning, but this is like really disappointing if that's the case, because like some of these picks make no sense unless there were some side deals. Like it's really how it is. I really don't believe like all the GMs learned their lessons from Vegas. I feel like there should have been some side deals or something. I don't know. And yeah, Tony P, there is a trade freeze. The trade moratorium lifts on 9:00. But we'll definitely see on that. But let me finish everything up here, and then I will call it a night. So it's just nothing but super chats from this point forward. So if you guys want to leave, I am absolutely understanding of that. But thanks for stopping by in the meantime. But otherwise, yeah, this was a I was expecting a lot more. I really was. Actually, I didn't see hold on. I didn't see ESPN really play Nirvana. ESPN Nirvana. It's like, yeah, I expected a lot more from that too. I really did. Yeah, definitely. Preds Bolts, have a good night, man. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. The trades are probably either going to be Friday or tomorrow, because the moratorium I think ends tomorrow morning. And yes, Saravelli will probably just leak them in the meantime, but we will finish up in the meantime. I do have all the picks below, including our beloved Sean Kemp talking about Jonas Dunskui. So, I mean, at least that was the highlight of the entire night. So, yeah, about it. Justin Plaskett, I mentioned this earlier. You know, Penn Brewery rules. Mineo's overrated. Fiore's forever. Fedorov, Datsuk jersey, and PPG is beatable. Well, I mean, it's Fedorov, Datsuk. Go in there with the Flyers jersey and see how you do, man. Spartan win for 5. Who would you pick from the Carolina Panthers for the Kraken? I'd go with Christian McCaffrey. I said this earlier. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's probably getting protected, so my pick is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold or Shaq Thompson, although Thompson might be protected. So probably Sam Darnold. Yankee 286 for 5. Let me actually throw in some music in the meantime because it's gotten a little slow over here. Yeah, a little Wave Race 64 while we fade out this stream in the meantime, so it's not super boring. Yankees 286 for the MLB. Do you think marketing Ohtani and Tatis is enough to make it more popular? The All-Star Game had 9 million viewers, so I hope so. Actually, the All-Star Game was slightly higher than 2019, but it's still kind of lowish. But I feel like All-Star Games are kind of like dying out in general. And no, I am not playing Nirvana, Brandon. It is what it is. The Jared Froman, the NHL is trying too hard to make this entertaining. I think it's ESPN. Partially ESPN, partially NHL, but like it's just I think they're trying to force way too much. Like, just be natural, man. I mean, NBC wasn't the greatest broadcast, but they didn't try to go over the top with a lot of shit. So I really feel about that in away. Jerry Mejias for 5. The reason how Howie Roseman is still the Eagles GM is because he has pictures of Jeffrey Lurie with Jeffrey Epstein on his island. Yep, I think so. The Simpsons since 90. The Kraken will win the cup because diversity is our strength. Looking for the nearest 2x4 to bludgeon myself. Dude, if that's the case, I don't think that's going to be it. I don't think they're going to, like, rig it for them that way. I don't know, but we'll see. Dayton Pelletier from 279 Canadian. Can you list off all the picks so far? I did mention this as well. All the picks are below as is. So we have all the good stuff right there and there. Fun times. Brendan Leach for 5. I was going to say that the Kraken should have bought out a more famous musician than Macklemore, but then I realized they're all dead now. Is Dave Grohl still, is he Seattle? Because I think, like, he might be, like, an option there. Toonlink Maine, hello, 5 points. Yep, he made a surprise appearance, so that was our special guest of the night. C. Reynolds for 2. Bald, also Flyers and Leafs suck. Yes, they do. They do. GCA Driver for 5. Thank you, brother. Road to Dawn for 2. Who is the GOAT of tennis? Federer probably. I mean, you can make an argument for McEnroe, Bjorn Borg, maybe Agassi, but hold on. Grohl's from Ohio. Shit. Sorry, I thought he was Seattle. My bad. The Tone Guy you don't know for $10. Grossi saw the Bucks win the chip, NBA draft and free agency soon, MLB trade deadline and training camp is next week. Hate seeing Cam Akers go down with an Achilles tear, but what can they do? Yeah, that does suck. Fuck. F's in the chat for Cam Akers. That was rough. Yeah, Cole for 5. Hi from Lancaster Tree. I've seen Amish people ice skate. Maybe they'll take up ice hockey. Yeah, I mean, don't doubt the Amish. Literally, do not doubt the Amish. Gunblader 123 for 5. This draft sucks. Jordan Eberle was so far the best player, and that's a stretch. Well, Giordano's not bad. Eberle's good. I like Gourde. They have some interesting pieces. Like Seattle really went for versatility. I think that was what they were really shooting for there, the ability to like interchange parts up and down the lineup so they're not stuck with one specific area, especially on defense as well. But, I mean, there's still a lot more they have to do. So this is not the final roster. There's probably more on the way there. JD for 5. Who's the best so far, Tree? I mean, right now, probably Yanni Gourde. That would be my best guess, I'd say. Adler BW for 5. The Kraken being the Pacific, I think, gives them a good shot at sneaking into the playoffs. Yes, there's also that. It's a very weak division. Other than Vegas and maybe Edmonton, everyone else is a toss-up. Yep, they also have San Jose, Vancouver, who struggled big time, Los Angeles, Anaheim. So there's your 4 right there. So Seattle could sneak in if all goes well. Skill check for 5. Good thing you didn't have to say Alexander Koklachev. Yeah, that would have been rough. Jerry Mejias, the Eagles are not getting Deshaun Watson. Yep, they're definitely not. Justin Silverman for 5. Thanks for a great 2 years, Gord. Still can't believe I saw a cup and Super Bowl in person. Also, go Buccos. Yeah. The Buccos, they just got swept by the Diamondbacks, so that's not good. Will Evans for £2. Either Giordano or to get back Blackwell. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Giordano to the Rangers is a rumor I'm hearing, but I think they're probably going to use him as a face and a captain. I think that's what Seattle's going to do for the meantime. Boone Boys for $1. Thank you, brother. Jerry Mejias, the Eagles are not getting Deshaun Watson. Yep. Gerald Armstrong. Panthers have the Hurricanes logo, and the Hurricanes have a bad Panther sketch as their Twitter profile. Yep, I saw that. That was hilarious. It was brilliant. Jerry Mejias, Texas and Oklahoma reached out about joining the SEC. I don't think it will happen. I mean, I hope not. I mean, the SEC doesn't need to be any more powerful. Richard Duggar for 5. The show is basically an episode of The Office where they do the Dundies. Horrible jokes all around. Yeah, it was just cheesy. Mr. Yes, did Kelsey Grammer pick a name yet? Nope. He did not, although that wouldn't have been a bad idea, especially since they're apparently bringing back Frasier, which doesn't make sense since the dad's dead and he was an underrated part of that show. Also, what's up, car driving in the background? Suvir Venkatesh, Canes fan here. Thoughts on the Carolina Panthers? I think they handled that well in this expansion draft. They didn't lose anything. But the Hurricanes themselves, Geeky's not the biggest loss in the world. I mean, your core's intact. Jake Bean is still there, so I think you're okay in that regard. Mathtron 5000, you need some whales to drop some donos to Tom? I might know some people. No, you're good, man. I appreciate it, but thank you. George Pat 93 for 5 for the Emperor. Severe Venkatesh for 5 Tree. I've been a fan since 2016. Please, I'm begging you, please do the Hurricanes Man voice live on stream for us. Come to our games. All right. Sorry, I had to do that. My bad. Friggle D for 5. My Avs don't sign Landy. What's their next move? More active in free agency, trade some prospects, trade round 1 pick. I think they go after Saad if they can't sign Landeskog, or they go after a backup option. I mean, there are still some options. Maybe Paul Murray. Paul Murray wouldn't be a bad option there, though. Gingerfest for 5. Grossi is bandwagoning to stay busy and escape his divorce. Man, that's a little too low. Don't make fun of a dude for his divorce. That's not fun. Vincent Daly for 5. 3 thoughts on Chris Drury. Too early to tell. Too early to tell on Chris Drury. Time will have to tell on that. Ben Abrahamowitz for $1. Thank you. Matthew Frank for 5. As a Longhorns fan, if anyone wants to do horns down, be my guest. I agree. Horns down. Horns down. Ben Abrahamowitz, have any of you seen Ted Lasso? The new season starts on Friday. I mean, I haven't seen Ted Lasso. I don't have Apple TV. Rodrigo Cuevas, Colts prediction. They're either going to be deep or be middling again. It depends on the playoffs. But yeah, Slicer, they did not make any trades. I think, as I said, there is a moratorium on all the moves they make. So I think tomorrow morning is when it ends. So that's when everything is going to happen. Hold on, I said they made none before the draft. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. I figure it would have been primed to make an opportunity or something, but yeah. Yeah, you better not have been making fun of Tom, but it's just a weird comment to make. That's all it is, man. Nothing wrong. I doubt you meant to be anything out of character there, but it's just, it is what it is, man. Hold on. Evan Richard, greatest moment from the expansion draft. Jonas Dunskoy. I agree. Jerry Mejias, the best Tank Bowl game is going to be the Eagles-Jets game. We'll see. I mean, once again, best Tank Bowls are usually the ones that you don't expect. Nobody expected the Texans to be this bad. So nobody expected the Jets to be that bad even. Ryan Van Cleef for 3. Hey, Tree, are you going to do a Bucks championship video? Maybe. Not really, though. Maybe. I may not have time. Bad Bonzo 98. Tree, would you stream the NHL draft that won't be leaked? I'm just not an NHL draft guy. I mean, unfortunately, I've got a little too much on my plate, and NHL draft takes a while to do, so I'm not going to do the NHL draft. The Simpsons since 90. I've had a Monte Ellis Bucks jersey since 2012, and I'm not a Bucks fan. Thank you for the stream. It helped me laugh at this train wreck. Oh, yeah, it was a rough one. I mean, definitely a rough one. I'm sorry about that, man. Will Federico for 5. Big fan treat. Thank you, brother. Official Gus Ricklin for 5. At least you've been entertaining, unlike ESPN. I mean, sometimes you just have to work with the material you're given. It's just it was rough. That was a rough broadcast. I mean, I feel envious of the Canadians because they probably had a better broadcast. I mean, probably I could have just played the Dangle stream, and it probably would have been better than what ESPN put out there. Going to be completely honest with you there. Quicksilver 259. The Arizona dick punching will never stop. Suns lose, and we lost Pitlik. Pitlik wasn't a big loss for you, to be honest with you. You could have lost a lot worse. You could have lost Fisher. You could have lost somebody else. We'll see there. Justin Silverman for 10. Were there any side deals? Even the blue line looks nice, though, and the Gord pick is a solid one. I mean, apparently there wasn't. I felt like there would have been some picks, especially with Columbus's pick of Bay Rutherford, the Kings pick, Philly's pick. You could have done so much better, I feel like, but I don't know, man. I really don't. B-Rad Gamer for 5. Will Seattle get a cup before the Leafs? Dude, if that happens, hilarious. Imperial Tycoon for 20. Swedish Kronar. Hey, man, remember the Dead Horse Interchange? Oh, yeah, I do, man. I remember that, definitely. Me and Abito, Mr. Montmorency, Monty. Yeah, oh, yeah, I definitely remember that. That was a dark time in all our lives. I absolutely remember that, man. Smeg Magician for 5. I will start a GoFundMe for Seattle to cover the cap hit if they take PK Subban from us. Please, God, get him off our roster. Didn't happen, unfortunately. We'll see about that. Owen McCullough for 5. Switching to Kraken to escape Sabres fandom. Just watch the Sabres be inexplicably bad. The Kraken. Or the Sabres be randomly good for no fucking reason. There better be side deals involved there, to be honest with you, Carlson. I completely agree. Jimmy CJC2 for 5. What do you have to look forward to this football season? And what's your thought last on slightly more fit Ben? Look forward to? I'm just looking forward to the season in general. Fans in the stands, the loud crowds. I think it's going to be an interesting year. And slightly more fit Ben, like, dude, they've been saying he's been in the best shape of his life for like 3 or 4 years. I don't believe that for a second. So it's just something to like rev up the hype machine. That's how I feel, to be honest with you. GLutz84, thoughts on John Nagowski? John Nagowski is the Lord and Savior. All hail John Nagowski. He is the Yinzer legend that we desperately need in the city. Peter Chips for 15. How did you come up with the name Urinating Tree? Me being a edgelord on Xbox Live when I was 15. I thought it would be funny to name, and that's how it came to be. Smug Slacker for, I'm not sure what that symbol is. Maybe Filipino? I'm not sure. I will now follow 2 teams, San Jose and Seattle. Well, I mean, have fun with those rivalries, man. I mean, San Jose is in for a rough couple years. Ugh. Satan of Sources for, I think, 500 yuan. What do you think is the reason for being as close as they are to the minimum cap? Oh, that's easy. They want to spend a free agency. I think that's the big reason. I think they want to go after some big fish. And salary cap money is the biggest asset. I think they're going to make big moves, especially in the trade market and free agency, and that's going to be the thing. The Motorcat himself for 5. I saved $30 on my new Raycon Everyday eBuds thanks to your promo code. Big thank you to you. Thanks for the short memories, Colin Blackwell. Definitely, man. Thank you, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. But many thanks to you guys. That's going to be the end for me. I expected this to be a lot better. I'm sorry for how weak it was. Thank you, Frank Saravelli, for leaking everything. Thank you, Seattle, for not making this interesting at all. Thank you, ESPN, for making this completely cringeworthy. But otherwise, guys, have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Clickbait Sports. I also have I'm going to work on a haters guide to this expansion draft. I'm hoping to release on Friday or Saturday. So it is what it is. Kuro Minamoto, lose weight tree. Yeah, I know. I do need to lose some fucking weight. I absolutely agree with that. It's getting rough. I know. I'm a fat fuck. I absolutely agree with that. But otherwise, have a great night, guys. Peace out. Have a good night. And I will enjoy you all in the future. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And yes, I do need to lose some weight. I am a really fat fucker.